Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra, in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM, and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Nkiligi FM Bole, Bewa Radio Yendi, Might FM Tamale, and ATL FM Cape Coast. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin says there's no procedure in Parliament to enable the House comply with the Supreme Court's order to expunge the name of James Gyakye Quayson from its records.
No procedure has been laid down by any rules of practice of the House to comply with this new development of an order on a declaratory judgment. But this is the first time, and our rules don't have any procedure laid out.
We have details as he urges members to come up with ideas. Also today on Ghana's Schools of Shame, we'll tell you why children in the Tatali district of the northern region are pleading for furniture.
After sitting on stones and blocks for long hours, you start to develop sores on your buttocks because the surface is quite rough.
In business,
Government sends proposal on restructuring of external debt to official creditors, a move that will help with implementation of 3-year IMF bailout program. Details on the Joy Business Report.
Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School becomes the first girls' school from the Western region to book a place in the Nationals as they topple rivals Ahantaman Girls Senior High School.
Archbishop Porter Girls.
-4 meters per second.
I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Details shortly. And this morning, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin says there's currently no procedure in the rules of Parliament to enable it to comply with a recent Supreme Court judgment directing it to expunge James Gyakye Quayson from its records. According to the Speaker, the leadership and the entire House has to assist him in finding out how to comply with the order of the Apex Court.
Parliament will have to dispassionately consider the next course of action. That is, how to comply with the order of the Supreme Court, I quote, to expunge the name of James Gyakye Quayson as a member of Parliament for Assin North constituency, unquote. The House is to decide on the procedure to do so, not the Speaker. I count on your good judgment in this matter. I'm, however, enjoined by the standing orders of Parliament to make provision as I deem fit, since no procedure has been laid down by any rules of practice of the House to comply with this new development of an order on a declaratory judgment. But this is the first time, and our rules don't have any procedure laid out on how it should be done by Parliament.
Yes, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin. Meanwhile, Deputy Ranking Member on the Communications Committee, Sam George, says the official SIM card of the Speaker of Parliament, registered in the name of Parliament, has been deactivated despite it being fully registered, according to the MP. This exposes the flaws in the current blockage of SIM cards by the NCA.
We should have had this briefing today, if possible, because we are talking about over 8 million SIM cards that have been disconnected, including even the SIM card of the Speaker of Parliament, not the Deputy, but the Speaker of Parliament himself. His official SIM card was disconnected, even though it was registered in the name of Parliament of Ghana. We have judges, we have lawyers, we have doctors, MPs whose SIM cards were disconnected.
Member of Parliament Sam George. Now, the Electoral Commission of Ghana says claims by the National Communication Officer of the National Democratic Congress, Sammy Jainfi, that the Commission is conspiring with the ruling New Patriotic Party to sneak in an unregistered voter is false. In a strongly worded statement by the Commission, the EC said the comments by the NDC spokesperson smack of immaturity and lack of decorum. My colleague Joseph Akable joins me in studio with more details. Joseph, what's contained in the statement?
So according to the electoral management body, it is committed to conducting transparent, peaceful and credible elections, and therefore the general public should disregard the allegation by the NDC Sammy Jainfi. The statement further clarified that any individual wishing to contest in a particular constituency can't go ahead and do so without having to be a voter in that particular constituency. This, the EC says, is in consonance with Article 94 of the 1992 Constitution, and therefore the NDC spokesperson must desist from such allegations.
Thank you, Joseph. Now, President Akufo-Addo is admitting to difficulties in controlling the influx of refugees fleeing the conflict in neighboring Burkina Faso to Ghana. More worrying for him is the admission that some of the terrorists operating in the region may have entered the country already. Interacting with foreign ministers from Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, the president said maintaining a grip on the situation remains priority.
Menace that is confronting our countries. It is a major security priority for us to make sure that we can prevent the outbreak and the occurrence of incidents of terrorism in Ghana, and also to cooperate with our neighbors to find a way of driving them out of our region.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Boundary Commission is optimistic. A long-standing maritime dispute between Ghana and Togo, when resolved, will help expedite utilization of potential resources in the Keta Basin. Speaking at the Ministry of Information ahead of African Border Day today, National Coordinator and Major General Emmanuel Kotia says negotiations are ongoing with a positive outcome expected.
Then we are hoping that once this is resolved, the Keta Basin, which is very close to the international maritime boundary, would be open up to investors for oil and what have you, and other activities, and even the fisher folk in that area. So once that is not resolved, we know that investors are waiting.
You had Major General Emmanuel Kotia. Now, due to the lack of furniture, 3 to 4 children are forced to share a desk that is only meant to hold 2. Alternatively, they must crouch, kneel, sit on stones, or lie down to learn. In the final episode of Season 2 of Ghana's Schools of Shame, Jojo Kobina visited the Christian Heritage School in the Tatale district of the Northern Region and reports that the children are desperate for furniture.
Rainy season. Rainy season. Rainy season.
The Christian Heritage School in the Tatale district of the Northern Region has inadequate furniture, so the children sit on stones and blocks to study. Some of the children simply lie down if they start to feel uncomfortable. They become playful, dirty, and sometimes occasionally nod off on the bare floor. Research from the Ghana Education Service in the Northern Region shows only 33.6% of children at the kindergarten level have school furniture. The data also shows that 56% of primary school children do not have furniture. It is almost the norm to be without school furniture.
For kindergarten enrollment currently stands at 881, and of that number we have 52,643, and that gives us a 33.6%. So in total, about 104,238 children are currently either perching with somebody or sitting on the ground.
The total furniture deficit in the Northern Region alone stands at 321,116. Olivia Chemame is in her early teens. She is unwilling to sit on the bare floor at this point in her adolescence. She wants the government to stock her school with enough furniture.
After sitting on stones and blocks for long hours, you start to develop sores on your buttocks because the surface is quite rough.
To the National Science and Maths Quiz, Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School have secured a resounding victory as they bury rivals Ahantaman Girls Senior High School at the regional qualifiers. Michael Ashali has more.
Archbishop Porter Girls SHS showcased their dominance and left no room for Ahantaman Girls SHS to exact revenge. It was a charged atmosphere at the Nat Hall. From the very beginning, Archbishop Porter Girls SHS demonstrated their prowess, earning a significant lead in the first round. Ahantaman Girls SHS fought hard to keep up, but found themselves trailing behind.
Yes, Ahantaman. That is correct.
As the competition progressed, the ladies of substance widened the gap between themselves and their contenders.
Archbishop Potter Girls.
-4 meters per second.
That is correct.
And they showed no sign of slowing down.
Congratulations to you, Archbishop Potter Girls. You won, and you won convincingly. In fact, Archbishop Potter Girls Senior High School has scored the highest so far in the Western region.
For Joy News, Michael Ashali.
And that's it for the bulletin. In our top story, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin indicates there's no procedure in Parliament to enable the House comply with the Supreme Court's order to expunge the name of James Gyakye Quayson from its records. There's more coming up on the Super Morning Show. Please stay tuned.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Papa! Bobo, so how's your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Pan. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation Movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Okay. If I leave work now, I can beat traffic, get takeaways for dinner with the girls, and be on time to pick up Sam and his mom from the hospital. Proud to belong to ABSA.
We know that life is go, 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 and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count. That's why with ABSA's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who is important to you. Get things done simply with our digital channels. That's Africanacity, that's ABSA.
Life's battle during retirement are not won by the strongest. Sooner or later, those who win are those who prepared for it. Ensuring your future is your responsibility to your family and loved ones. Progress Trustees, a company that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. The Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme helps you achieve peace of mind during retirement. We also provide administration services for employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes seeking to outsource their day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier provident fund scheme. Start your journey to and visit quality life during retirement by contacting us on 0504-368-048 on our website www.progresstrusteesgh.com. Progress Trustees, a joyous retirement begins here.
Charlie, that be the sound you hear when things make hot. I'm sure this is not battery, just cash flow. L'argent no day. It is safe to say we are all facing challenging times. We are all wondering how we are going to lighten our financial burdens. Nowhere cool. But don't worry, with a little help from your trusted bank, Societe Generale Ghana, be biara may fine. Societe Generale Ghana is making all its customers happy with the Yatiso Loans promo. In fact, SG Ghana customers and even non-customers who are on the controller and accountant general payroll and enjoy access to our amazing discounted loans. Don't waste time. Get your loan today. Step into a branch or call 0302-214-314 to get the ball rolling. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, promotion ends on 7th August 2023. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Don't you worry. Just be happy. Don't you worry.
Bafu Jericho.
Hey, morning, Kojo.
How you doing?
I'm great. I'm
glad you got here safely in one piece.
These
days we can't take it for granted.
It's interesting you bring that up because I came in a boat ride and the driver overtook a bus, and I was just wondering because it could have resulted in a crash.
Wow.
And I was just wondering, don't you care about your life at least? I don't understand.
Azim Punching, and already they've started. So this is how this guy is going to be driving all day long, making risky, needless mistakes like that. So if he makes it home tonight, now God,
by grace. And so I'm thinking, well, if you don't care about my life, how about yours? I mean, don't you have family? Don't you have relatives? Don't you have people you go to after work?
Last year, on average, there were 41 crashes a day.
41 crashes
a day throughout the year. 41 crashes. So this is your Uber guy. He's got you here safely. But I wonder who he won't succeed in getting to their destination today.
Exactly.
Today. So look, this conversation is obviously important, national importance, but we have to look at all the facets. Bad driving is clearly one of them.
The road.
Poor roads. Look, we joke with it, but some of the roads that we are asked to drive on as humans with dignity.
And so I'm glad we've come up with this potholes exhibition.
Absolutely.
People are sending pictures.
You should see some of the pictures. You will hardly believe that you're looking at your country. Roads that were commissioned by presidents not so long ago.
We paid money.
Good money. Money for which reason we were unable to provide schools in some other places. We used them to provide roads, whether for by-elections or whatever, we don't know. But those roads are springing potholes within months. It's a kind of shit. Nobody's going to come back and fix them. Those potholes become landmarks for the rest of our lives.
And even when they attempt to fix them, I don't know. It's just not fixable. I just say because the potholes develop again. So you just wonder.
Some way. It is depressing. So today we're talking about road safety. We're talking about, bringing down these numbers. First quarter already, over 500 people have died. Dead, gone, in just a few months because of accidents. Charlie, unacceptable. Anyway, in all things, give thanks, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's give thanks to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. They brought us the 6 a.m. news. For the Joy Business Report, our thanks go to Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, government sends proposal on restructuring of its external debt to official creditors, a move that will help with implementation of 3-year IMF bailout program. Also coming up, Vice President Dr. Bawumia upbeat digital transformation reforms established by the Bank of Ghana will promote financial inclusion and fast-track the country's economic growth. Plus, Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industries laments high fees by state agencies coupled with taxes making the private sector unproductive. Details coming up. Hi, great to be with you this morning. My name is Darryl Kwao. Government has sent a proposal on the restructuring of external debts to its official creditors. According to Reuters, the working proposal is, however, not legally binding. There is more in this report.
The move could be seen as a major step for the government to get the official creditor committee, including the Paris Club formed in May, to consider the country's debt restructuring program. This also marks the beginning of a more detailed negotiating process that will likely see a number of proposals being exchanged. The common framework process was set up by G20 in 2020 to bring China and other newer creditor nations into the joint sovereign debt restructuring negotiations for its external debt rework. Ghana is hoping to cut about $10 billion out of a total of $52 billion over the next 3 years to successfully implement the International Monetary Fund program. It has also completed a domestic debt exchange program in February, in which about 65% of bondholders took part in the exercise.
That was a Business Desk report. Now, Director of Business Operations at Dalex Finance, Joe Jackson, has welcomed proposals by the International Monetary Fund calling for acquisitions and mergers of banks and non-banks, among other policies, to mitigate possible systematic financial instability in Ghana. According to him, it's obvious the sector has been greatly impacted by the domestic debt exchange program. Therefore, it is important to save the sector from collapsing than wait till things get out of control.
I welcome this news. You see, the financial sector cannot always wait for the market. That's why we have a regulator. The regulator has a total overview of what's happening. And the regulator and other independent observers may intervene to make sure that the market is stable and that depositors' funds are protected and that the market doesn't collapse.
You had Director of Business Operations at Dalex Finance, Joe Jackson. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is upbeat the digital transformation reforms established by the Bank of Ghana will promote financial inclusion and fast-track economic growth. Speaking at the Ghana Investment and Opportunities Summit in London, Dr. Bawumia said the current reforms in financial technology have eased the way of doing business through flexible payment solutions. He cited Ghana's unique identification system as one which enhances accessibility to financial products. This, he believes, positions the country as one of the leading digital hubs in Africa.
I've always said that our future is in digitalization. And over the last 6 years, Ghana has positioned itself as one of the leading digital hubs in Africa. Ghana is the first country in Africa to implement mobile money interoperability between bank accounts and mobile money wallets. We are one of the few countries in the world to implement a universal QR code payment system, with fintechs, banks, and telcos being on one platform. We are number one in the world in terms of access to financial inclusion. Indeed, thanks to the work of the Bank of Ghana, in Ghana today, anyone with a national ID card can open a bank account instantaneously by just dialing a USSD code for the bank and entering your national ID number.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is Vice President. Now, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry says a lack of engagement from state agencies when increasing fees and levies is hurting the private sector. According to the Chamber, private businesses are negatively impacted by high fees imposed by state agencies when rendering services. Speaking to Joy Business, Chief Executive Mark Bedu-Awaji said this makes the private sector unproductive.
A typical case is that all the government agencies are now authorities and they are charging fees and levies. Are those fees calculated as part of our tax to GDP? If they are not, then they should begin to do that, and they will know that businesses are paying more. Because aside paying your corporate tax, the taxes and levies that you are paying are all part of the cost of production.
Chief Executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Mark Bedu-Awaji. Moving on to other news, the Ghana Revenue Authority has stepped up its efforts in addressing issues of transfer mispricing. There have been calls from the Chartered Institute of Taxation indicating that the phenomenon causes government to lose a chunk of revenue annually. According to Deputy Head in charge of operations at the authority, Daniel Edisi, his outfit is exploring other options in combating transfer mispricing.
For about a decade or more, GRA has been a forefront trying to curb this. So we have built up capacity over the years. GRA used not to have transfer pricing unit. We even did not have any law regulating transfer pricing. But as we speak now, we have a law regulating transfer pricing. We have a unit. We even end up getting more than $1 billion annually from transfer pricing audit. So you can testify that even though it's not an event, it's a process, we have gone far.
Daniel Edisi is Deputy Head in charge of operations at the Ghana Revenue Authority. Now, the city's strong recovery since December last year has helped reduce significantly the total value of foreign currency deposits with banks. Data from the Bank of Ghana showed that it dropped from over $10 billion to almost $5 billion at the end of May this year. Here's George Afi with more.
Foreign currency accounts are all those currencies that individuals and businesses have with the various commercial banks in the country. However, for the purpose of our report, we'll express everything in dollars. Going through the Bank of Ghana's data, it is clear that the city's performance had a great impact on the total value of foreign currency accounts held with the various commercial banks in the country. When the local currency wasn't doing that well, there was a strong pickup in the foreign currency accounts held with most commercial banks in the country. However, when the cedi recovers, there is the reverse. This is to say that when the currency is struggling, most businesses run to save in dollars to try and hedge against inflation and the cedi's depreciation. The Bank of Ghana's data showed that the total value of foreign currency accounts declined significantly in December last year when the cedi stabilized firmly against the US dollar. It picked up this year, slowed again ending May 2023. However, some analysts have argued that with several monetary measures introduced by the Bank of Ghana, including the one that is forcing the commercial banks to have cedi cover for every foreign currency held, that could also discourage persons opening foreign currency accounts when they don't actually need them or use it as an investment tool locally.
George, I feel with that report, let's turn to the currency market for you this morning. The dollar going for 11 cedis 75 pesos on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 55 pesos. The euro going for 12 cedis 48 pesos. Now, energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleiman has welcomed plans to revive the Tema oil refinery. The Attorney General is currently reviewing a contract between the refinery and a private investor. Now, according to Dr. Suleiman, it is crucial to economic development, bearing in mind the current challenges the country is facing. Speaking to Joy Business, he urged government to make the revamp of the refinery a major priority.
Indeed, that is so refreshing to hear. Just that I just hope this is not one of the sensational news that we do have, because we've had quite a lot of interesting news with respect to the refinery, but it will start with a bit of vigor and high momentum, then it will just fizzle out. And so I'm just cautioning that and urging that this shouldn't be one of the news that will vaporize into thin air. It's an excellent news. We'll just stand by and watch how things will pan out. Indeed.
Energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleiman, another driver and vehicle licensing authority in partnership with Ghana Post Company Limited, has launched a system to deliver driver's licenses to clients at the comfort of their homes, offices, and other locations of choice. Speaking at the launch, Chief Executive of the DVLA, Kwesi Agyeman-Busia, revealed that the service was instituted with a customer-centric approach, hence a flat rate of 30 cedis per delivery across the country.
For over 20 years, DVLA has provided a regulated framework for more effective administration of driver licensing and vehicle registration. The recent growth of DVLA's consumer base has made it necessary for the authority to explore and improve means to efficiently deliver driver licenses to our clients.
Chief Executive of the DVLA, Kwesi Agyeman-Busia. Now, it started as an idea for a competition, but now the three young fabricators behind Jay's Design Innovations are poised to commercialize their product. An adjustable barbecue grill machine is one of the solutions the team has created to make the lives of users easier whilst promoting good health and wellness. Today, we bring you the concluding part of our feature on Jay's Design Innovations on the Joy Business Van. Joseph Boateng, Estella Gamadi, Grant Agbodazi. These are the three young fabricators behind Jay's Design Innovations. Growing up, they had different ambitions. Joseph was looking forward to a job in the security services. Grant wanted to work in the Navy. And well, Estella, she wanted to be a safety manager. But they all hit roadblocks. However, that opened opportunities for them to enroll in the Design Technology Institute, a hub for engineering and design practice located in Accra. The three young fabricators would meet at the institute, but it was a community innovation competition initiated by DTI that drew them closer.
We were challenged to look within our society and then find a problem and solve.
The team considered the fishing community of Jamestown and decided to create a barbecue grill machine to ease the stress faced by women fish smokers. Okay, do make a date, 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report, 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Great stuff. Before we go, the commodity market update. Crude oil open trading at $75.79 and ounce. A barrel, sorry, gold is selling at $1,963.43 an ounce. Cocoa, however, lost $11 to open trading at $3,047 a ton. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for doing the listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo Yankson.
How I wish my car consumed fuel by the ounce. It is a lot more like by the barrel in my car anyway. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, but I have some disturbing news.
Oh, what's that?
I know that you have two separate jobs. While you are here, you don't do your other job. While you are there, you don't do this job.
Okay.
Two very separate. But I think this morning they have to come together because our brother needs prayers.
Oh.
Our brother needs prayers.
Who?
Mbura.
What's the problem now?
Samuel Mbura has just announced to the production team that he recently bought some waste beads. I think he's trying to complain about poor service or something like that. And he started his story with, "I recently bought some waste beads."
For himself?
I'm sorry, but does it matter? Does it really matter at this point? Look, hey, we need your prayers.
So he bought waste beads, and then what happened?
We didn't let him continue the story. We felt we had heard enough. I mean, I think, as a data protection champion, I had to step in and intervene. So the story was not concluded.
Maybe he bought them for his sister, who has been taking care of him for a while now.
Also, either way, and
he has a right to complain if
either way your intervention is needed. so
oh boy,
we beg you.
Mbura, where is he? He's run away.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he's taken his woes to at this point. But yes, he thinks he needs a data. What's it called? A consumer protection champion. What he needs is a priest. So I leave him in your hands.
His pastor is listening. Remember?
Of course, his pastor who cannot know that he lives with his sister.
Who supplies him breakfast.
Now his pastor knows a little more than he ever wanted to know. Anyway, let's bear him up in prayers. Right now, though, look, it's time for our inspirational song. It's by CT Praise. It's a very big song called "A Very Big God."
Are you looking for a new way to revise for your WASI? Then Joy Learning has everything you need in place. Yes, we are back with the 2023 revision show for SHS 3 learners. Don't worry, your favorite question of the day section wasn't left out. And you can engage with your facilitators during live TV lessons, ask questions, and get real-time feedback in the comfort of your own space. The 2023 revision show for SHS learners shows every Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Joy Learning. Joy Learning. Learning is so fun. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
The most exciting, entertaining, and competitive cookery show. Big Chef Tertiary Edition coming soon.
People have money. Anyway, our inspirational song was brought to us by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC pipes and water tank. Where Duraplast goes, water flows. Hello, Ray.
Good morning. How are you doing?
As for me, I'm fine.
Yes.
As for me, dear, I'm okay.
Okay, so let's get to our Drive Safe campaign, brought to us by Joy News.
I stepped in quickly.
And the Multimedia Group, and supported by Toyota Superior Quality. So avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible, drive with your lights on at night, and that's how you drive safe.
Let's learn how to say it right. It's brought to you this morning by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
It took me a very long time to fall asleep last night. As at 11:30, I was still wide awake, tossing and turning like Kwame Nkrumah in his grave. Now, I hope you noticed when I said as at 11:30, because I know you sometimes hear people say as of. So which is correct? Well, it depends on what you're saying. As at means up until this point. For example, as at this morning, I still haven't received a friend request from Beyonce. Yes, poor me. Anyway, as of, on the other hand, means starting from, or from that point onwards. For example, as of this morning, I am accepting gifts for my birthday on Sunday. See what I did there? Now we can all say it right. Yeah, there you go. That's how to say it right. And this is the news review now, brought to you by First Atlantic Bank. Refreshingly different.
The Daily Graphic is reporting this morning, anti-corruption plan cure for IMF bailout. This is according to the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice. So it says, no matter the economic people have been talking about in the Republic of Ghana, if you don't have an anti-corruption plan, you continuously go to the IMF. Because you dissipate your resources anyhow, you abuse it, you use it anyhow, and when you raise the money, you can't account for it properly. So a proper plan on dealing with corruption will be your cure for an IMF bailout. So a proper corruption plan, no IMF. So what's that proper corruption or anti-corruption plan? Yes. Is it all the ones we have been developing over the period?
I guess it's not the NACAP.
Or we're going to develop another one? Oh, NACAP, it was the country's strategic response to corruption.
But clearly it was not proper.
It needed the full attention of the government as a major anti-corruption tool to settle on. If we implemented it properly, and that's what he's saying, if fully implemented, it would include a robust Conduct of Public Officers Act, which will tackle rampant conflict of interest situations with sanctions and ensure a robust asset declaration regime, among others. Look, this is the country where we actually pass a Public Procurement Act, indicating that all procurement must go through tender. But then we say, okay, hold on a second. In times when we have natural disasters and everything,
or where there's a challenge you didn't know you're going to need this.
Act of God.
All of a sudden, a lot of our procurements have now resorted to the single sourcing that was not supposed to be the normal.
Yeah.
We wait.
As in the extraordinary situation
as
became
now
the new normal.
As the new normal.
Yeah.
Now, even the ones that we say are going through, public, are going through competitive tendering. Mm-hmm. I realized I heard something the last time. I was shocked when somebody told me that he went for the tender opening and everything. On paper, there were 4, but when he got there, he was the only one.
Yeah.
So he asked, "Where are the others?" So that one, it doesn't matter. Let us discuss how we can,
how we can move forward.
Increase
due to your divine selection.
How we can increase,
the cost of the project.
Of the project. He, the private man, says that his interest, his profit on that item is about 7,000. The government agency wanted additional 20,000.
So that the profit will be 27,000.
27,000.
So who gets the 20?
Now you.
I mean, those within the public sector.
And that is a cost to you and me.
Everything we do, we find a way to say, okay, this could be in extraordinary circumstances. But that unfortunately becomes the normal situation. And so, yes, as a people, we know everything. You see, this is what saddens us in this country. In Ghana, the officials know everything they must do to ensure the right things are done. Unfortunately, they never do them.
It's not in their interest.
So today, if we get into the conversation that says we need the right laws, but these are the laws.
Yeah, of course.
These are the laws. The law says you must actually indicate your procurement before the beginning of the fiscal year, so you know what you're supposed to get. So when you have actually indicated your procurement, how do you go back and say, I didn't plan for it? Unless something, unexpected happened. Unfortunately for us, in this country, those within the public sector, every day there's something unexpected happening.
Look.
In the other building, right, in Alfred's office, the technical office in the other building.
Here at Joy,
yes,
on the Joy campus.
Yes, there's a notice there that lack of planning does not constitute an emergency.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, but we deliberately do that, right? I mean, check how we have done procurement benefits over the period. We create an emergency. We end up doing emergency, what they call it, procurement. Then later I come and say that, see, because of the times we found ourselves, it required immediate action. Or I was not thinking properly. That was the latest excuse.
And so I'll ratify it later. In fact, that's what we do now.
Yeah.
We go back to right the wrongs of the past.
So it becomes a theoretical conversation.
This is how pervasive it is. If you like, do an exercise. Any announcement of any initiative or plan or decision or any step that the government wants to take that doesn't make sense to you, ask yourself, is there procurement involved? The minute the answer to that comes back as yes, it will immediately start making sense to you. I hear we are now going to start doing tug of war and pillow fight in schools. If you find it hard to understand, ask yourself, is there procurement involved? Let's get into the papers.
Yes, there's another story that should be of concern to all of us. At a time that mental health professionals are leaving the country in huge numbers, there's a study conducted by 3 institutions which has revealed that 7% of the country's productivity is lost to ordinary Ghanaians due to mental health issues. So,
Wow.
of course, the study was done by the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research at the University of Ghana in collaboration with Yale University and the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Ghana too.
That's a very important study, actually.
Yes. So only 3% of mental health patients received services from orthodox psychiatric settings. Only 3%.
Wow.
So the 97% of people with mental health problems, only 3% of them received services from the institutions given the proper scientific and structural procedures to treat them. The rest, I'm sure you know where they found them. So that's they actually got mental health care in any form. But I am not surprised. I've heard Dr. Pinaman say consistently that, well, we are lacking staff. I remember when she was at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, their budget is never released on time, or the numbers are just too many, so they are merely surviving. Sometimes even drugs for patients there, they can't provide the money for it.
I told you about a story.
Risking the life of virtually everybody there.
I told you about a story Nanaba and I did in 2016, where we went to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital and discovered that for the year, they submitted a budget of 5 million cedis. I mean, to run an institution that has over 300 patients at any given time, 5 million cedis is ridiculously low. But that's what they asked for. The government gave them 500,000 cedis for the year. Right? So, I mean, how are they even supposed to pay those who provide food? Before you talk about medication and all the other things that are required for them to provide a proper service at that facility. And that is one facility. So even our government doesn't think mental health is important.
Well, maybe the last story that should be of concern to everybody. Well, this is good news anyway. Justice Doche vows to continue fight for justice. The man who gave us Create, Loot and Share.
Yes.
You remember that
Yes, I
expression
remember.
very, very well. And see, I mean, those in the fraternity who actually review judgments properly, they respect him a lot. They really respect him a lot. But it's sad that we are losing people like him. Hopefully, we'll replace him with people like him, or even better people.
Exactly. I mean, he's one judge that, I mean, you're right. Many of the people who have encountered him would tell you that who asked for Doche, Justice Doche, and he's very particular on the pronunciation of his name.
Okay, yes.
Doche, he'll tell you that his name is Doche. For many of us, we used to call him lawyer, and I had to deliberately learn how to call him Justice. A very simple man. For those who met him in those days while he was a practicing lawyer, would tell you. And he's distinguished himself very well, when it comes to serving on the bench and being a justice of the High Court through to the Supreme Court. Sadly, he retires tomorrow when he turns 70. And that will be it. I'm still waiting for my interview with him anyway.
I wrote an article some time ago that he should be made Chief Justice when the then Chief Justice was leaving office, and I was comparing him to the Chief Justice who just left office, Justice Ani Yabua. I mean, you're full as you brass, but anyway.
I mean, I would have loved to see him as
one
Chief
of Ghana's
Justice,
best Chief Justice who never was. Maybe that should be the next article.
Well, we'll see. Let me get to the Daily Guide. Are you done with the Daily Graphic?
Yes, the last one, the Supreme Court overturns 16 million judgment against Ghana Telecom. That's on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
Well, the Daily Guide for this morning, Minority attacks World Bank boss. The reasons over his comments about the PPAs. And NDC MPs U-turn on CJ nominee. So the NDC MPs on the Appointments Committee say they support, her appointment. And so they'll go on with the, approval by, consensus. Now, the NDC actually made the point, that they would want to read the judgment before making their decisions.
So it wasn't that they previously said we are not going to approve it?
We're not going to approve it.
Okay.
They actually disagreed with parts of the judgment, but they say that notwithstanding, they still think that she distinguished herself properly. Over the period when she came, she's able to address the issues that were raised, and so they believe she would be a good Chief Justice. So they would approve her. Now, still on the front page, economy back on track. That's according to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who's Vice President. With your words that that economy is back on track.
It's the kind of conversation that you have when, on one hand, the President of the Republic says, no, listen, this is not an indication that we are actually back on track anytime soon, and that we may get there, but it's not immediate. Then a couple of days later, the Vice President, the man who chairs the economic management team, says that, we're back on track. At some point, it sounds a bit uncoordinated.
Well, you see, I look at a lot of government documents.
Anyway, it's also track, so maybe it depends on where you are in the track anyway.
Look at even the energy sector recovery program we've been addressing in recent times. A lot of the decisions end up with the economic management team. So when the chairman of the economic management team speaks, I take his. You know, when you, I'll take the chairman of the Connect Management Team's comments. I take it seriously.
You are of the opinion that it's not the same set of information that gets to the president of the Republic of
I
Ghana.
will take everything Dr. Bawumia says seriously. In fact, if I put the president there and I put Bawumia there, even though he was the one we voted for, he went to Dr. Bawumia, who's the chairman of the Economic Management Team. So he is telling us that the economy is back on track.
Hope it's not tongue-in-cheek. I mean, listen.
No, I'm serious.
Because, you see,
so is there a quote in there? Like,
I'm going
looking for quotes. I want to know exactly what he said and hope that he's not being misquoted or taken out of context. Because Charlie, Sani Akoye idiot.
He says, so Dr. Bawumia, I'll give you the quote, but let me just start. He notes that. He says, so the story starts by saying that Dr. Bawumia has indicated that the country's economic opportunity for private sector investors is back on track as the country is navigating its way out of the global economic meltdown.
So you see. So he didn't say the economy is back on track.
Relax. He says, Dr. Bawumia noted that the government is relentlessly refocusing on economic growth and working hard to regain the trajectory Ghana was on and get back to the pre-COVID numbers, growth numbers. So he was speaking at the third, Ghana Investments and Opportunity Summit in London. He says, we're living in extraordinary times. Over the past 2 years, inflation has surged. Its rise has been large, sudden, and global. In many parts of the world, it is now at levels unseen for generations. Meanwhile, financial systems have come under strain. For the first time in recent decades, we have seen high inflation. The world, as we all are aware, continues to face difficult moments caused by several factors, including climate change. He further elaborated that these issues, as projected by the World Bank, are sinking some developed and developing countries just when the world was recovering. So he goes on and said, but we've been hit by mainly 3 major external forces. COVID-19.
The usual.
The usual. And then he goes on and says, but he says that the opportunities for the private sector
are back on track.
Yes.
So let's be clear.
And we are navigating
that is not the same as saying that the economy is back on track. It is very different from that. Let's be clear. And you see, if My Joy Online had done a headline saying Bawumia says the economy is back on track, when what he actually said was opportunities for private sector are back on track, you know what they would have done to us.
So listen to this quote. It says, we are organizing this investment and opportunity summit exactly in that context. First, we want to show that Ghana is back on track and that strong opportunities exist for profitable private investments in key sectors. So this is where the Daily Guide got its thing from. Ghana is back on track.
But not the. I mean, he said
but if Ghana is back on track,
which one is back on track?
What is back on track?
Ghana is back on track as a destination for investment.
That's what it means. Purely the economy.
No. Come on.
Hold on. Let's listen for investment.
For example,
I have another paper.
Listen, for instance, if because of COVID,
we'll debate this later.
Let me give you an example. Let's say because of COVID, we close our borders, right? Our economy suffers. We are now in the doldrums. But then we open our borders. We can say Ghana is back on track for investment. It doesn't mean that our economy is back on track.
To be back on track,
let us be fair here.
To be back on track
because investment is pure economics, actually.
Yes. To be back on track for investment, a lot of things must change within your economy. Hold on a second, Kujo. To be back on track for investment, it is the reason government would consistently tout its inflation, its lending rates, its exchange rates.
Yeah, but this is
that's actually the economy that being on track. You actually use the health of your economy to woo private people into your economy.
And the reason why they'll choose, because you're in a competitive space,
exactly,
they'll choose you over Burkina Faso or Ivory Coast. It's because of pure economic indicators.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
so
that is just because
you guys are saying that our economy is back on track. Is that what you guys are saying?
Let me just do the find out. We'll debate that later. It says investor confidence conditions, returning opportunities for private sector back on track. Dr. Bawumia, management of Gambaga, which is camp, call for support to refurbish huts. Let's get into our online news review.
It's brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle, good energy.
And the Zenith Health Walk is back. Now it's happening live on Saturday, June 17, 2023 at 6 a.m. sharp at Zenith Bank's head office on the Independence Avenue. Now, because everyone can bank with us, we're inviting everyone to also walk with us. Join us, let's have fun and create memories as we keep fit and work towards a healthy lifestyle. See you at the Zenith Health Walk on Saturday, June 17, 2023 at 6 a.m. sharp. Venue is Zenith Bank's head office. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
All right, then. So, EC's arguments defective in logic and betray Commission's appreciation of elementary English. Guess who is saying that?
An English teacher.
I wish. It's the NDC.
Oh, okay.
As far from an English teacher as you can get. Anyway, you can get that story and others on myjoyonline.com. Let's see what City Newsroom is talking about this morning. And the big one is claims all school feeding caterers are NPP members is untrue. The gender minister is the one who is debunking all of those. I think you can go check out more stories for yourself right now. Let's go for the BBC.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
It's time to go beyond what your traditional financial apps can do. Introducing Cowry, the only digital financial app you will ever need. Experience Cowry, the way to pay. Send. Move your money in quick, easy steps at the best rates on the market. Buy. Top up your airtime and data twice as fast as you normally do. Pay. Step out of the cash queue. Pay for any product or service when you need to. Enjoy it faster. And now, manage. Experience a new way of managing your money. Understand how and when your money moves. You can rely on Cowry every day. Download Cowry from your Google Play Store or App Store. Experience Cowry, the way to pay.
Mosquitoes come through your door, kill it, will kill them for sure. Eh, kill it, will kill them for sure. Kill it, insecticide spray, kill it, mosquito claw. Anywhere them day, we've got kill it today. Intuntum nentefre, kill it. Mwawe bia, kill it. Mosquitoes and insects, kill it. So they come there, yeah, kill it. Intuntum nentefre, kill it. Mwawe bia.
Have you heard? Kill It is back and available nationwide at all shopping outlets. Buy what kills mosquitoes, cockroaches, all flying and crawling insects. Use Kill It Insecticide's strong and long-lasting formula that leaves a lingering sweet aroma. Buy Kill It Insecticide. This product is FDA approved.
This is a bank, First Atlantic Bank. A shiny purple star to brighten up my day. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different services all day long. First Atlantic Bank, and it feels so cool. I know this is where I belong. Oh, come on, everybody, this is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank, follow me, let's go now. Let's go, let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank.
First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Budgets and the way we spend money.
Look, this AngloGold thing, it points to two things. First, I think it points to some serious neglect of security, if you ask me, because this is a facility that is that was a mine. And while it is being mined, the highest levels of safety and security are observed. If you even walk on the wrong side of a painted yellow line at a mining site, you get penalized for it. They don't play around with their safety while they are mining there. When they leave, I don't think the danger leaves. So I would have expected some more robust security so people cannot get in. Somehow these guys got in. Apparently there are various ways to get in. They got in and decided that they were going to mine an empty mine, you know, and there were over 100 of them, according to the reports. You know, a very dangerous situation. Then they became scared, didn't want to get arrested. You know, this funny cat and mouse game ensued, you know, with the authorities outside waiting for them to come out so they can trap them like Bela. I mean, it was embarrassing. So the first thing it speaks to is a certain neglect of safety and so forth. The second thing is poverty. And okay, I make no excuse for someone who illegally enters a mine, endangers himself and others with the aim of committing a crime to enrich themselves. I make no excuse for such a person. They ought to be dealt with by the police. But we are all human beings. Under certain circumstances, we will all be motivated to commit a crime. So their circumstances have motivated them to commit this crime. Let's not only talk about the crime, let's talk about the circumstances. The situation that makes Galamsey so lucrative and attractive is that as a nation, we run our economy with incompetence. Even when we have intervention programs, we apply them with no vision, with no aim of solving a problem. We apply them only with the aim of getting votes. So people fall through the cracks, and in this case, when you fall through the crack, you end up in a mining pit. My own Baba, and I know you people are going to bring it up, so let me bring it up myself. My own Baba, living in Accra, talented guy, makes money, suddenly called me one day that he can't make it to our usual appointment because his mother left him some property, so he has to go to the hometown and deal with it. After about 2 weeks of calling this guy, not reaching him, he suddenly answered my call, and I was like, Master, where are you? My hair is growing. He says, well, his mother left them some land in Obuasi, and apparently gold womb. So he and boys have started digging. So he'll be back the following week. Following week, your man didn't come. I called him, he answered again. And this time around, he said, Boga, Charlie, that thing, I'm not sure I'm coming back to Accra. If I'll come, maybe Christmas. You know what a problem it is when your Baba, you know, either passes away or, you know, migrates.
My condolences.
Charlie. But you see, it speaks to the difficulty we've had. And by the way, this is not a dig at this government. It's a dig at this nation and all the governments we've had who have failed to at least give our economy a structure.
Now, I get you 100%. I actually think that at the core of our problems as a people, and we've been doing mining for a very long time, and if you want to know how long we've been doing mining, check the Ashanti region and other places. There have been goldsmiths that have been there for God knows how long, some of them more than 100 years. The difficulty here is that we are mining dangerously. The numbers are crazy. The people sponsoring it, and the kind of chemicals they are using today, the kind of sunfine and other things they are using to pollute our water bodies, destroy farmlands, cocoa farms, and all of that. That makes it extraordinary and very dangerous, and it threatens the livelihoods of other people too, and our very existence as a people. When it comes to the AngloGold matter, see, in the last almost 4 years, I don't know of us, most of the big mines have had to fight, ward off, or try to ask people to leave its concession. some of them deliberately ceded a part of their concession to some of these people in the name of community mining. Because whether you like it or not, they'll invade it. And now what they do is that when you give them part of your concession, they'll be pretending to be operating there. Then they'll actually dig deeper, then connect it to your mine. So you think your pit is safe, yet somebody might be connected to that and be engaging in some acts that's not supposed to be so. The problem is that we have come to see illegal mining as a normal thing. We've normalized it, except we are not mentioning to people that we've normalized it. The guys in the pits, they know. They know that when they sack them for one day, they'll come back the next day. In fact, it is these mining institutions that we find or we consider to be evil when they sack the people. When there are problems with that conduct, we actually think that they are not being fair. They are not treating indigenous people properly, and we give all the excuses that we can give. But you think about it this way: our exports, top 3 includes gold. In the 2019, gold production reduced by 30%. For a country that is consistently saying that you need your dollars, that you can't find enough dollars. If you do not protect your mines and you want to lose your gold, because already the impact on your farms and your cocoa is already there. They've been complaining, Cocoa has been complaining. But if you want to add your gold production also to it, then what will you be left with? Oil. So that will be the only one you want to use for your foreign exchange. The export you want to promote, no. So it's up to a very legitimate state to do what is right, really.
Well, the question is, are we prepared to do what is right? The evidence doesn't suggest that we want to do what is right. We love it when we do what is wrong, because the wrongs actually satisfy our needs, parochial needs, and not that of the nation. That's the reality of the Ghanaian society.
Look, this Anglo-Gold thing, it points to 2 things. First, I think it points to some serious neglect of security, if you ask me, because this is a facility that was a mine, and while it is being mined, the highest levels of safety and security are observed. If you even walk on the wrong side of a painted yellow line at a mining site, you get penalized for it. They don't play around with their safety while they are mining there. When they leave, I don't think the danger leaves. So I would have expected some more robust security so people cannot get in. Somehow these guys got in. Apparently there are various ways to get in. They got in, decided that they were going to mine an empty mine, you know, and there were over 100 of them, according to the reports. You know, a very dangerous situation. Then they became scared, didn't want to get arrested. You know, this funny cat and mouse game ensued, you know, with the authorities outside waiting for them to come out so they can trap them like Bela. I mean, it was embarrassing. So the first thing it speaks to is a certain neglect of safety and so forth. The second thing is poverty. And okay, I make no excuse for someone who
It's Black Sheriff KK Rasta in the building. 10th June, rep your Jesse. It's live. Rastas active everywhere, every corner of that venue. You understand? Blessings. Pull up with your people, with your mommy, your papi, your sister, your cousin. Everybody, pull up. Blessings.
Hi guys, my name is Rosalind Fairley and I work on Joy Prime Television. On the 10th of June, we are all meeting at the Aviation Social Center for Rep Your Jersey. Nice hits of Rep Your Jersey. We are back again. Which team do you support? Do you support Man City or you support Inter Milan? Well, I am for Man City, and so I say go Man City. Let's meet there and support our favorite teams. It's on the 10th of June. Don't miss out. I hope to see you. Bye.
I love California, rap your Jesse. DJ Snow Weapon Live. On the 10th of June. Before come to action song. Sun Striker.
Bantama Lukaku.
Hey, what's up, my people? It's your boy Vanilla, aka Lala. And on the 10th of June, I'll be live and representing skillfully on the pitches, you know, at the Hits Rep Your Jersey 23. Charlie, is the biggest sports outdoor event happening this year. And I can't wait to be present to show you my skills, Charlie. I want to see all my people there. Come and let's show ourselves something. You understand? Don't be left out. It's free. I want to see you there. Sharp.
Yo, welcome my people. This your boy Kwame Yesu, Charlie. On the 10th of June, it's all about the Hits Rep Your Jersey. Charlie, they pull up with the whole gang. Make sure you come through. Come support your team.
Big tune, big tune.
You know, Haman said that when Kwakese had come to their studios, he said, "Oh, so once he started the rap, no, so wait, we'll produce you."
Okay.
He didn't, you know. He just no. I say, chalk.
It's all right.
We'll produce you. But you know, listening to this one, I mean, I'm saddened to say that Kwakese's rap of those years are better than the current ones.
Oh.
I don't know if
I like Mami Bodondo
Papa.
I like that one. I like that one.
Seriously.
Why?
Manyama.
I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, I wanted to be neutral on this, but I mean, don't give examples like that.
No.
Yeah, watching down there.
I like that song.
Really?
Song. Especially the version that was done by a certain young man who I think wears beats.
Anyway, look, I think that Kwakese should go back to his roots. This one, fantastic tune.
Don't you think it's actually the producer?
Yeah, it could be the producer too.
Yeah, because see me, if I take out even the lyrics,
he no longer with the Hammer? Yeah, Hammer doesn't produce.
Yes,
no.
So I think that when I just hear those wonderful beats, it's enough for. Whatever he says on top of that may just be the icing on the cake, but it's enough to actually give me the right kind of vibe I want.
Yeah, I mean, his lyrics have never been profound. They've been more punchlines and comedy. Right? So that's his niche. But it's the beat that elevates the music.
So when that was taken out, it became a bit ordinary.
You are
compared
suggesting
to say Obrafour. You can listen to Obrafour. You need to go back and listen
a cappella to Obrafour and still love it.
And you need to go back and listen keenly. See, the gentleman can put together very wonderful proverbs in succession, like 6 of them, to make the same point.
Yeah.
And to be able to do that, and he rhymes with it too. That's extraordinary work. As for just saying, nonsense.
I'll tell you something. I have this friend who's Elo Malifo. Then he says, we call him fella, so Elo Malifo. He says, "Oh, Charlie, Obrafour be that artist if he is singer. Charlie, from beginning to end, so wise sayings proverb." I say, but fella, the guy they sing for 3 inside, you don't understand. So when I hear the song, I know he be sensible talk.
The presumption is that
he's making sense.
Yes, yeah.
You know, but that's it. I mean, Obrafour, you're right. I mean, any day you'd love to listen to him. For Obrafour, he does a lot more. I mean, apart from the Yandom and Co, that were a bit of commercial music, he does a lot of singing. I mean, listening music. So you want to sit down, soak in the vibe.
Brilliant.
You know, you're listening to it like, Akwe Kanyan Sasem.
And he's deliberate. Okay, there are some artists who just have that natural thing. They stand in front of the microphone and the lyrics pour out of them. Others are creators. They sit down with pen and paper and they think.
Yeah.
Then they write. And what they come out with is just undeniably genius. Obrafour falls into that second category. He writes. He doesn't leave it to chance. Okay, so it's it's properly calculated, and you just love the result. You know, there are others who, it's easier for them to just, spit verses.
The likes like,
and then some of them hit, some of them miss,
Joe
and then you just balance it out. Oh, please, not Ayo.
No, you don't want to bring that up again.
Let's not do
that some survived as musicians means that God is good.
Personal vendetta
I've only
Joe
said
Fraser
that.
continues.
Joe Fraser is there. I said that he's the best rapper.
Why?
Why?
The man that can use shishi to rhyme out to the end.
Yeah, can beginning to end though. Then some unrelated, unconnected.
If you like, just listen.
I thought the beer wickedness, I thought the biswa, Jimmy, we are the shame. I thought the beer by a heart, with the friend, Namaso, I a shame. I thought the beer mini beauty, I thought for guy, not almost a shame. I thought the beer minia, what yet to saw, Jamaica, shame. And maybe your friend, Matukoyo, song, is a papa shame. I saw me, but then my friend, I'm a combination. Chicky, where you me taste, me a magic can one be coming home. No la jan, it's clown, and what's na ya bien ya say ah she. You took me, if me fear me then I'm go wash she. I got the beer and some bread, Miss Council, it's a no she. Yo, say no help, it's a gap for refisa that can wash she. I told the beer, they me condom me fan away, they don't cry ya ma she.
I'm sorry.
Forgive me, but
he makes a lot of sense.
This is genius.
That the lives of Joe Frazier survived music and very wonderful rappers like Motia, wonderful rappers like Okra, Tom, David. In fact, all did not survive, and the lives. I mean, the word is unfair.
Joe Fraser, important.
Oh yeah, dear Kakra. No, because you see, some very wonderful rappers had actually existed. And I was mentioning
like Swazibi.
So has
he. Now that's why you want to water down my argument.
Winston has like a collection.
Yeah.
Quick recollection of poor rappers. Yeah. Like he knows them all. He's collected them. What is this?
There was a gentleman too. He is cut in that same category. I've forgotten the name, but
oh, okay. Which one? Is it Ghana's best? Is it Ghana's best English rapper?
Which one?
Caesar. Yes.
No, Caesar says he's been joking. He says all the things he's been doing.
Obviously.
But when it comes to serious rap, nobody.
Wait, are jokes not supposed to be funny?
Yeah, but that's why you love his songs.
Do I?
You can listen to Messi Loco. You can listen to Araba Lawson. Even the Concord is bad.
Yeah.
How do you rhyme? Listen, this must be the worst rhyme in the history of rhymes. How do you rhyme Araba Lawson with Adenta Housing?
Yeah.
Araba Lawson and Adenta Housing.
We can even add Kujo Yankson.
Oh no. That would have been better. Where is that? Where is that song? Where is that song? Araba Lawson.
No. See, so sometimes we should not be hard on the recent musicians. We've made room a lot for a lot of people in this history.
Please, this is rap.
In the mix.
This girl gonna make you fly. So beautiful like butterfly. That's my body, Mr. Star. Yes, I know they lie. Me nyan want sweetie pie. Bye. Oh lady bottom power won't want so me my bye. Bye. So far, so good. Excellent, succulent, elegant, romantic, bombastic, fantastic. When you need you know what your chopstick. But the way that I am what well. Caesar.
Wait. Us when you know then chopstick.
This is Ghana's best rap. So Mr. Caesar says that when it comes to
after years of doing this, this apology of rap, then now comes. Oh no, I was joking at the time. So now at age 65, that's when he's actually going to rap.
Have you listened to Messi Loco?
He's 65 now.
Oh, he's not. But have you listened to Messi Loco?
I don't want to.
You can actually.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish to not.
Let's move on. But as we move on, you can actually listen to Caesar's first song, Polum Palam. You will understand.
That you kept the name of that song even in your head is very controversial.
You understand. Let's move on.
Like, how do some people get produced? So he went into a studio, did this, and a producer said, "Yeah." This was Apietus, by the way.
Yeah, because Oforian Ponsa did the trick for him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that's the entire song.
Oforian Ponsa did the trick. So this is Oforian Ponsa and Richie Rich at the time.
Right.
So they sang everything. Everybody loved their singing. Make your bed, yeah, Mama Kumetu, Araba Lawson, Minyon Kwame Wade, Mario. You know,
and that song on its own is wonderful without any.
Come and rap.
Let me fly, oh fly. This girl gonna make you fly.
Bombastic.
So pretty that butterfly. Yeah.
Bombastic, fantastic.
Succulent.
Or
chopstick. Yeah. Also, Ramibi. She. Anyway, let's move on.
It's a Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Charlie, I'm famous movie in Kema. Jide soon could sing.
Joy 99.7
There was a terrible incident that happened in February 2018. A musician, since we're talking about music, Ebony died in an accident. When the incident happened, a lot of people talked about it. I mean, I remember we were broken here. It was live early in the morning.
Dawn, yes.
You think about it this way. All of that happened. The government's response from cabinet was that we have set up a cabinet level interministerial committee. The very best of our brains in cabinet formed a committee in that particular sector to come out with solutions to once and for all fix the carnage on our roads. 2018. In fact, they gave some very wonderful ideas. Making sure that there are no stationary vehicles on our roads, making sure that people comply with the laws of this country, retooling. There was even a budgetary allocation, billions of Ghana cedis attached to this particular plan. Today, 2018, almost 5 years down the line.
5 years now, because it was in February.
Yes.
We are 5 years and a couple of months.
So if the highest level of decision making in the Republic of Ghana took a decision to fix the problem once and for all, and it's still a very big problem today, what else can we do?
Well, what else can we do? We'll get into that conversation here on the Super Morning Show.
Absolutely. But you know what? A poorly maintained car engine can age faster, and that's why you need quartz engine oil with age resistance technology from Total Energies. Now, it's a breakthrough and it ensures optimal performance. Your engine will improve, and of course, its mechanical wear will be slowed down by 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressures. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz keep your engine younger for longer.
Well, the University of Ghana Business School is pleased to announce the opening of applications for its special postgraduate programs. Interested individuals can choose from a wide range of Executive Master of Business Administration programs, Weekend Master of Business Administration, and Master of Public Administration programs, 1-year Master's programs. Now, potential applicants and the general public are specially invited to the virtual information session for our postgraduate programs on Thursday, June 8, 2023 at 4 p.m. The link for the information session can be found on all University of Ghana Business School social media platforms. For more inquiries, kindly visit the University of Ghana Business School website, ugbs.ug.edu.gh, or call 0501 581492 or 0501 581493.
You know, I always love doing this one. Some people spend their lives trying to be rich. Others are born that way, not because of what they have, but because of where they come from. Choose the fresh mineral water that is made naturally rich by the same African soil that made you. Voltic, own your richness.
So are you a prospective student in Ghana seeking a prestigious university experience in South Africa? Then look no further, because we cordially invite you to explore the exceptional alternative the University of Free State offers. Our mission is to empower ambitious individuals like you with an opportunity to thrive in a vibrant global community, immerse yourself in world-class research, engage in meaningful collaborations, and then contribute to groundbreaking advancements in your field of study. At the University of Free State, we take pride in our 7 faculties of academic excellence. So whether you aspire to delve into science, arts, commerce, or humanities, our dedicated faculties provide unwavering support throughout your postgraduate study. Don't miss out on the chance to unlock your full potential. Join our esteemed institution and make your mark on the world. To book your space for the session from the 8th to the 9th of June 2023 at the Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Just WhatsApp this number, +27 7261 37104. Take that first step towards a brighter future. Enroll at the University of the Free States now.
Now, beyond Easter, you still have to travel, you still have to make payments, and Republic Bank knows this. That's why they say continue to make all your payments with their fantastic 4 credit cards. Okay, you get great discounts from partner merchants, you get cashback, you get global concierge services, access to over 1 million ATMs worldwide, plus the chance to win a 2-day staycation at Aqua Safari, among other amazing prizes in the Tap for Easter and Beyond credit card promotion. Just tap to pay. Live the soft life, because they've got you at Republic Bank. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas platform. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
So get ready to elevate your driving experience with a vehicle from Toyota Ghana. For a limited time only, Toyota is offering a bundle promo on any of the following vehicles: 1.4 liter Starlet, 1.8 liter Corolla Cross Adventure, 1.5 liter Rush. Purchase any of these vehicles within the promo period and enjoy an irresistible price discount: 1 year free comprehensive vehicle insurance coverage, 1 year free home insurance cover, 1 year free service, free starter fuel. Terms and conditions apply. Visit any of their showrooms in Accra, Kumasi, Tema, Tamale, Takwa, Takrady, or call 0302-910204. Credit purchase is also available through special arrangement with our finance partners. Toyota, superior quality.
All right, now Kingdom Books and Stationery reminds you to go check out their website, kingdomstoreonline.com. Look, best place for all the stuff you could possibly want in terms of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture. You pay by Momo if you want, and they'll deliver to your home or office in good time. Free delivery for Accra and Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
So look, times are hard, and one thing on everyone's mind these days is cash. So whether it's cash to pay the bills or for your kids' school fees, Societe Generale has got your back. The bank has launched the biggest loans promotion campaign of the year, the Yatiso Loans Promo. Now, SG is offering amazingly discounted interest rates on its loans, so both customers and non-customers can actually take advantage of it, including staff on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll. Can take advantage of this heavily discounted loan rates. Yes, they say no, we're cool, but SG Ghana is where to lighten your financial burden. Get a loan now by visiting any of the bank's 42 network outlets or call our call center on 0302 214 314 today. Promo ends on the 7th of August 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Now, are you an accounting graduate with low self-confidence because of lack of practical accounting skills? Are you a tertiary accounting student worried over lack of practical accounting skills in your field of study? Are you practicing as an accounts officer or manager but need some coaching? Are you an accountant kept to a single role for years, lacking the confidence to apply for a new position which demands full accounting practice? Are you a non-accounting manager who's desirous of understanding prudent financial management practically? Well, don't worry about it anymore. PFMT Consult is a firm established by a group of professional accountants, and they've set up a practical accounting training center to equip you with all the practical accounting skills you need to boost your confidence level. Are you a business owner needing accounting graduates with practical accounting skills to work with? Are you a business owner needing accounting services like accounting system setup, final accounts preparations? Well, call 0244 770754 or 0244 770, same number, 0754. Locate PFMT Consult in Klagon, and they are at Klagon NDC along Nungwa Ashaman Highway. The next session starts from the 3rd of July 2023.
Now you're thinking about getting that project started. How about paying that rent and fees for the cause? I know you're worried and lamenting about how to pay off that expensive loan and take a new one at a cheaper rate. Well, worry no more, because First Atlantic Bank's payroll loan is your solution. Once you're a government you're a government worker whose salary is paid by the Controller Accountant General's department, you can apply for a loan of up to 150,000 for all your pressing needs. Wait no longer. Visit any First Atlantic Bank branch near you today or dial *442*30# to apply and enjoy the lowest rates. Terms and conditions apply. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different.
All right, time for us to go for the nutrition line from Nestle. They offer good food for a good life. But Charlie, Araba Lawson is still playing.
Yeah, my girl.
Favorite Nestle Cerelac is looking for the next superstar mom. You stand a chance to win your share of the $1,000 up for grabs. Yes, you heard right. Simply participate by sharing a 60-second video of yourself singing your own special lullaby to a predefined Cerelac tune in the Lullaby Mommy competition. Remember, your video must feature a Cerelac maize variant. Follow Baby and Me Ghana on Facebook and Instagram to be eligible to enter and win. Terms and conditions apply. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Hello, good morning. What a wonderful world it is, and we've got it covered.
You're all that matters to us, and that's why we bring you the very best of health and fitness. This is Nestle Nutrition Line. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Ajilisoa. You, I hope you're well, smiling, achieving, succeeding in everything. On today's edition of Nutrition Line, we're talking about how to store food in the refrigerator and freezer correctly. Storing food properly can help you prevent food waste, save money, and avoid food poisoning. Here are some tips to follow. Keep your refrigerator temperature between 1 degree and 4 degrees Celsius and your freezer temperature at 18 degrees Celsius or lower. Store raw meat, poultry, fish, and seafood in sealed containers or bags on the bottom shelf of the refrigerator to prevent juices from dripping onto other foods and cross-contaminating them. Aim to use any refrigerated leftover foods within 3 to 4 days or move them to the freezer where they can stay longer. Label and date your frozen foods and use the oldest ones first. Frozen foods can be stored for up to a year depending on the type of food. Don't overfill your refrigerator or freezer as this can reduce air circulation and affect temperature. Leave some space between items to allow cold air to flow. Like some freezers when you open them choked. And as for the fridges, more like cupboards. So that'll be all for today. I shall come round checking, shall I? Thank you for listening to Nestle Nutrition Line and for tuning in this and every weekday morning. I'd like to thank you for all of your time, all of your feedback, and all of your support. Please keep the feedback coming. There's a number to call, or if you prefer, you can send an email, but we're here to work with you. So do please reach out and let's work together. 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 12 0001. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. On weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you would prefer to WhatsApp, SMS, or call between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., please try these numbers: 0593 845697, 0593 845649, 0593 845708. You can also email consumerservices@gh.nestle.com. I'm going to leave you now with my love to keep you warm and to urge you on. Have a beautiful, successful day, and may everything you desire be fulfilled. I wish you the very best, always. Bye.
Hello, moms. Your favorite Nestle Cerelac is looking for the next superstar mom. You stand a chance to win your share of the $1,000 up for grabs. Yes, you heard right. Simply participate by sharing a 60-second video of yourself singing your own special lullaby to a predefined Cerelac tune in the Lullaby Mummy competition. Remember, your video must feature a Cerelac maize variant. Follow Baby and Me Ghana on Facebook and Instagram to be eligible to enter and win. Terms and conditions apply. This advert is FDA approved.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide, high credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis, and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100, or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet Jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet.
Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Okay. Yes, lots and lots of birthday wishes this morning.
Yep.
And birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
Niche Confection. Niche chocolate drink is made with Ghana's finest wholesome cocoa. Niche chocolate is full of delicious goodness and rich with vitamins and minerals. Niche
Taste of Ghana. So help me God.
Help me God. All right, whose birthday?
Let me just say a good morning. This is good morning. Good morning.
Not happy birthday.
Yes, good morning to the
Just
assistant
good morning.
commissioner at the GRA Kimbu office, Charles Isando Mensah, and his able Lieutenant Isaac Safo, and a special mention to Cephas, one of the hardest working revenue generals out there. Have a blessed day. And happy 60th birthday to Mr. Felix Kofi Ajayi, who is Office Assistant, Corporate Office of the Multimedia Group. May God continue to keep you strong, happy, and healthy as you enter into the next phase of your life. And happy birthday to Nana Kujo Mante of the Royal School Yarefa as you enter the realms of the teen age today. I pray for God's guidance, protection, and love on behalf of Mommy and Nana Kwame and Papa Kojo. We say we love you from Daniel and Debbie Ofe Mante to you. And finally, happy birthday to Sister Yaira Ananga, now Mrs. Fume of CBG. May the good Lord continue to shower his blessings upon you from your sister Mavis Ananga of the Multimedia Group.
All right, this one says today is my daughter Jayla Mriba Chumesi Quantus' birthday, and that's from Isaac Chumesi Quantus. Happy birthday to Reverend Tete Arnold Labi of Baptist Church Sakaman Branch, and Dr. Lemuel Atubre, a surgeon at Tema General Hospital, is from Mohosa 95. They're wishing them all the good things they wish for themselves. And finally, happy birthday to Jesse Ajapong of the Ghana Free Zones Authority. That one comes from all of us here, as well as George Quay.
And of course, happy birthday to Annie Osabute. Annie Osabute.
Oh, wow.
Annie. So this one is from
fantastic. Wow.
Fix the Pumbaria Group.
Fix the what?
All right. Another happy birthday to my childhood friend Percy Tsibu, as well as Robbie Ametame, Nanama Jonathan Doku, Equia Echam, Ponsa Alex Nkrumah, Daniel Jackson Davis, and Michael Akun, not forgetting Jose Loa, Jennifer Ntiamwa, and Michaela Uhui Mensah.
What have we got today?
Well, we've got a guest.
Najili.
Hi.
Yes.
Good morning. Good morning.
Najeli Docu is here. Najeli. How you doing?
That how you guys were enthusiastically saying that the taglines. I was just
in awe of you guys.
Oh,
Wow.
You mean
fantabulous.
Sports Center is brought to you by MTN.
And everywhere you go.
That one.
Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good. That one too.
Allianz Life Insurance.
We secure your future. How about that
And
one?
1xBet,
Your reliable bookmaker. Is that how you like it?
You were saying.
You were saying. Now continue.
I'm clapping for you.
Let's clap ourselves.
You sound like my nieces and nephews.
Don't worry.
But it's good to be here.
I was saying.
Also, I just wanted to invite you guys and your precious listeners to the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey, the 12th edition, and we're doing it at the Aviation Social Center. That's the reason I'm wearing my my ass on. I know, don't insult my team. Respect it.
No, we respect.
We respect Arsenal.
Yes,
mention the team.
Yes, Arsenal. My Arsenal jersey.
The listeners will do that. Whatever we want to do. The listeners.
And your unsro broken heart.
Oh no, I'm a tough guy. I'm a guy girl, so I'm very tough. That's my name. Ajele Odua Oshedudoku. Thank you, sir. You know where I'm coming from.
I thought he said the Q.
No.
It's Doku.
It's Doku.
So when you are it's the Q. When you are doing the guys.
Short for documentary.
The documentary.
Right. Now Jelly Docu.
Docu.
Anyway, it's happening this Saturday at the Aviation Social Center. We're starting at 10 a.m.
Okay.
I know the match is later on in the evening, but what we usually start early. Yeah, the Champions League final. We're going to watch it together as a family. Fantastic. You know, when you watch it together with lots of people, it's much more exciting. There's some really cool privileges going to be there. We're going to have a good time. If there's any other word apart from huge or a big screen.
Ginormous.
Okay, what he said.
Gargantuan.
What he said. A very big screen. And we're going to sit down and have a good time and watch it later. But we're starting at 10. We're going to have a lot of competitions going on. The sports quiz has been happening on Hits FM every morning. The grand finale is going to happen. The guys...
Those guys, they know the sports. Oh.
See, how do you know dates of 1870-something football match and you don't even remember your girlfriend's birthday? That's another conversation.
How many goals has your girlfriend scored?
And you don't even remember that one. How? But, I'm really excited to meet them because, Charlie, the depth of knowledge that these guys have is just mind-blowing. There's going to be something called the Jama Wash and Few. If you know how to wash properly, come, because my sponsor says that he's ready to give you...
Which sponsor are we talking about?
Jama detergent. They're ready to give you, detergents for as long as you can wash properly, come. I'm the umpire for that, so I'm holding my...
An incentive for the ladies to come and see their boyfriends washing.
And then we have a video game competition. The boys have been bragging back and forth about how good... My DJ is now called DJ 13. Wow, Bombi at DJ Super 2. He's lost. He won only 2 matches. Lost like 28 matches.
Oh, goodness.
So we're going. A big shout going out to our sponsors. Ebony Condoms. They're going to be there. Heineken is there. So we'll be drinking really good beer. Dream Cosmetics, Aquadot Natural Mineral Water, Citizen Sports Mall, providing us jerseys. A big shout to them. They're also here on our premises. If you want jerseys, you can pass by, get your names, customers behind them. Airtel, Tigo, Koba, Peugeot from Silver Star is going to be there, showing out some of their beautiful cars. You can experience them, get the chance to drive it.
It's not Peugeot.
No, it's Peugeot.
No,
it's not Peugeot.
It's Peugeot. I went to Morningstar. Excuse you. Yes.
Franco
Trading Enterprise. 590 mobile from Keed Ghana. DSTV. Yes, supplying us with the everything. NASCO. Leopard Balm and Sheltex Los Angeles. A big shout is going out to Bet365. They are sponsoring, they're powering the event. A big shout is going out to Joy Sports and Joy Prime TV. And this is a Hits FM Rep Your Jersey. It's free of charge.
Fantastic.
Just wear your jersey. Just come through and let's have a good time. That's all we're looking.
Jelly Docu, everybody.
It's Doku. My uncles, a big shout out to my mom. Hi, mommy. Hi, Edna McBruce. Hi,
when Najee is saying it's Doku. There's stress and unstress in her name. Meanwhile, no Ghanaian language has stress and unstress.
Anyway,
that is the stretch.
Anyway, so wrap your jerseys on Saturday, and one of the things, as she said, is you should know how to wash. It's one of the criteria we need, because there's going to be a washing competition.
Straight up.
Anyway, let me tell you about Allianz EduFlex plan, which is a savings plan that provides additional financial security by helping you meet that educational goal you've set for your children. Now, this plan ensures that your child's education continues no matter the circumstances life brings your way. One major advantage of this policy is the 15% cashback benefit. Customers who have maintained an active account for the last 2 years without a claim are rewarded with a 15% cashback of the total insurance premium they have paid. This year, over 430 customers will enjoy this benefit. Enjoy superior benefits while securing your future. Let's talk more on 0308-249090. Allianz Life, we secure
your future. Now, here's some good news for small to medium scale business owners. With SME Plus from MTN, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. The service allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS, data, and business content, as well as free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. All of that in one bundle. Just dial star 5060 hash to sign up today. WhatsApp or call 0244 308 111 for more information, and stay connected everywhere you go.
Now, do you lead a corporate business, a global subsidiary, or run the affairs of a small or medium enterprise? As a key decision maker in your business, we know you want to make payments seamlessly and access real-time transaction data, whether you're at work or on the go. Well, Standard Chartered provides the digital key to help unlock your business potential. Now, that key is Straight to Bank, a single access end-to-end digital platform that helps you manage the needs of your business on the go, view transactions, pay your business partners and government institutions through Ghana.gov, facilitate real-time payments and collections with the latest encryption technology and security. Elevate your banking experience today with Straight to Bank, our award-winning digital banking platform powering payroll, cash management, trade, and securities. You can always bank on us. Kindly email premierservice.gh@sc.com to sign up today.
Now, one of the world's largest betting companies, 1xBet, is always looking for new ways to reward its players and deliver new promotions to engage as many customers as possible. So now they've launched the Jackpot of the Week promotion, allowing registered players to enjoy a share of the weekly jackpot amount. Okay, that's a chance you can take. All the terms and conditions are available on the promotion page. Give your luck a chance. Sign up with 1xBet today and use the promo code GHJackpot to receive an incredible 300% bonus of up to 2,650 Ghana cedis.
Kojo, do you believe in prayer?
I believe.
Do you believe in prayer?
Hallelujah, my brother.
Now, somebody who earns, I don't know what your salary, but there's a guy who earns £41,000 a week.
Hallelujah.
All right, in the Premier League. Yeah.
Glory be.
Now, this guy was in the Premier League this season.
Yes.
His team were nearly relegated.
Ow.
And, I mean, he scored a couple of crucial goals that enabled them escape relegation.
Okay.
Right. Now, he went to church in Nigeria.
Hallelujah.
And he went to give a testimony. You understand?
Rastafari.
His name is Taiwo Awoniyi, and he was a mate of Andre Ayew at Nottingham Forest. Now, this was the testimony he gave about how his goals were spiritually fueled.
Amen.
Yes. Let's hear it.
So I moved to England with my family, with everyone. At the beginning, it was really tough. I had no idea what was going on. My wife said to me, "You stop praying. You don't pray the way you used to do anymore." And that was true. So May 7, I think, Daddy was preaching about the ways of God. I was even angry with my sister that day because she was in my house. Then I didn't want them to know that I'm listening to Colonia because they will laugh at me that look at you that are angry. So I put my earpiece on my phone, and Daddy said the first statement I had was just an ordinary man under the influence of God. That everyone should return to the pattern that they used to praise God. That Monday we had a game in the night. I was on my knee from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. My wife was like, "Come outside, come and eat." I didn't listen. That night, that was the game I played with the easiest season of my life, and I scored 2 goals. Luckily for me, it was the week for the revival in the UK. I said to my wife, "Sorry, these 2 days I'm not at home." I called Pastor Nile. I said, "I don't have the ticket for the revival." He said, "Just come, Taiwo, I'll send you the ticket." I went to the revival. Then Pastor Nile said, "I saw your goal. I saw what you displayed on your shirt, and that thing you displayed will work for you." He prayed with me, then he took me to Daddy. The first statement Daddy said was that your football is only people that score they see now. And in my heart, I said amen. And that was the end of the story. My club that was really struggling for relegation, we moved from that zone. I will stay in the league. I just want to do that.
Hallelujah. Taiwo Awoniyi, Premier League striker, scored 10 goals this season for Nottingham Forest, helped them out of relegation, and also apparently a devout Christian and a member of the Eternity Network International, sharing his testimony days after they escaped relegation in the Premier League. That's how we start the Joy Sports Center, but also coming up next.
Jimmy Butler's jump shot, it's good. Big buckets from Jimmy Buckets here in the fourth. Back out to Murray, his three-pointer, bang! 4 seconds. Murray, step back, three-pointer. Won't go. Fight for the rebound, Martin. And it's over. The Miami Heat have tied the NBA Finals.
I'm Gary Al Smith, and as we head to Miami for Game 3, the Denver Nuggets chase a first NBA title. Before that, though, in football, West Ham will attempt winning their first European title since 1860.
Barrage! Anthony Barrage has surely won it for Fiorentina. In the 9th minute of added time, there was confusion. Barrage, though, kept his cool. There are tears inside Sagnac. Fiorentina win, and they will play West Ham United in the final.
For the Conference League trophy, that's what they'll be playing for. We've seen the Europa League. We've seen the Champions League, which is coming this weekend. There's the Conference League before then, and Fiorentina are without a European title after 62 years. Remember, West Ham have not won from 1860, so I don't know who God would choose. Anyway, let's go now. There's a feeling of frustration amongst Ghana's boxing ranks. That's where we begin today. After what they believe has been years of state neglect. Now, Ghana first participated at the Olympics in 1952. Yep. The country has won 5 Olympic medals in total. Boxing alone has 4 of the 5. Aside the 10 world champions it has produced. But the sport is still one of the country's most underfunded. Bernard Quarter is president of the Ghana Boxing Federation.
Boxing has gone through struggles where board members have to even dispose of their vehicles, their private cars, to be able to, bring together their resources to invest in the boxing. So the question we ask, is it supposed to be like that? Because when you go the days back of Azuma Nelson, where Ghanaians were having sleepless nights, they also passed through this struggle. So can't we change it a little bit?
So this complaint is coming at a time where the national amateur boxing team, the Black Bombers, are only 3 days away from the African Boxing Championship, but they've literally had very poor campaign, and they've complained about the poor preps, the support, with the boxers having to make the journey to the national team training from their own homes and from their pockets. So we'll be building up to that. He was speaking to Nathaniel Atto there. Football next, and former Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan is blaming unrealistic expectations of Ghanaian football fans for the failure of the national team at the Nations Cup. The Black Stars have not won a title in 40 years plus, and Chris Hughton's appointment makes him the 37th head coach since Ghana's last Nations Cup win in 1982. Asamoah Gyan wants something. What does he want?
Yeah, every coach builds a team. I think he needs time and patience to make sure we build a team. For me, what I always say is we should limit our expectation. Now, sometimes we should respect, although it's been 40 years, we have to just forget about everything, build a team once again. If it's a 5-year or 10-year plan, this is what we want to do. But every tournament, of course, Ghana is a football nation, but the expectations are so high.
Asamoah Gyan speaking there. But tonight in the Czech Republic,
Finds the bottom corner. Pablo Fornals sends West Ham into a first major European final for almost half a century. David Moyes, the manager, cannot contain his delight. He's out there with his substitutes.
47 years to be exact. The former Man United boss, that's David Moyes, has described it as the biggest moment of his career.
Well, it's great to be sitting here in the first place, let me tell you. To be in a European final, for any manager, I think it's a thrill. And whether you're an experienced one or whether you're a very young one, I think it's one of the pinnacles you can get in football.
The Hammers will take on Fiorentina. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. There are reports that up to 20,000 West Ham fans will be in Prague, despite the club receiving only 4,890 tickets for the 19,000 capacity Fortuna Arena. West Ham have not won a major European trophy since defeating 1860 Munich in the final of the European Cup Winners' Cup at Wembley. More football, and Nigeria international Tera Awoniyi has shared a testimony. I played that for you, and he says that he will continue to use God as the touchstone of his career. In the NBA, we don't know who God will be supporting. What we do know is that Game 3 of the finals will tip off at 12:30 a.m. That's, tomorrow morning at dawn. The series is tied at 1-1, and it goes down to Miami. The Heat will be looking to take a series lead over the Denver Nuggets after serving them their first playoff defeat at home this season. Meanwhile, this will be the Heat's first final at home since playing in the bubble 2 seasons ago.
It's always a blessing to be able to play in the finals, for sure, in front of like a heckling away crowd. But I'm so happy for the city of Miami, this organization. They deserve to be in the finals. They deserve.
Jimmy Butler, aka Buckets, is a Heat forward. Let's end with some tennis. And top seed Carlos Alcaraz has set up a semi-final date with Novak Djokovic in the French Open. Alcaraz beat Tsitsipas while Djokovic survived a quarterfinal scare from Karen Khachanov to keep alive his bid for a 23rd men's Grand Slam singles title. That's it for the Joy Sports Center for today. If you're on your television, we'll be heading to Joy Prime shortly for the launch of this year's Ghana Football Awards. The board chairman for the Ghana Football Awards is Carl Tufor, and he and his team have put together the nominees announcement that will be live on Joy Prime. Stay with us. The multimedia group is a part of that as well. And Winston, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Gary R. Smith, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports. Time now for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you, and McDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you. Government has sent a proposal on restructuring of external debt to official creditors. According to Reuters, the working proposal is, however, not legally binding. Director of Business Operations at Dalex Finance, Joe Jackson, has welcomed proposals by the IMF calling for acquisitions and mergers of banks and non-banks, among other policies, to mitigate possible systematic financial instability. He says it's important to save the sector from collapse. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is upbeat the digital transformation reforms established by the Bank of Ghana will promote financial inclusion and fast-track economic growth. He was speaking at the Ghana Investment and Opportunity Summit in London. And Ozempic, originally a medication for treating diabetes, is in high demand worldwide, with celebrities and social media users touting it as a miracle drug for weight loss, leading to shortages. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show. So bank conveniently and on the go. Take digital banking to the next level with CBG's Experience Bundle. Enjoy real-time updates on your transactions and balances, expense tracking to help you better manage your finances and easily pay bills. Fast and convenient access to Cash 247 through our bouquet of digital solutions such as SMS alerts, e-alerts, CBG Internet Banking, CBG Mobile Banking App, USSD, *924#, and CBG Proprietary Card, as well as on CBG's Experience Bundle. So it's easy, secured, and user-friendly. For more information on how to access CBG's Experience Bundle, walk into any of our 114 branches nationwide, or contact us on 0302 216 000, email info@cbg.com.gh, or visit our website cbg.com.gh, or on our social media handles Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for further details. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. And let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Social media messages brought to us by GTP Lifestyled Number 10 Liver Salt, a refreshing relief. Ghana AIDS Commission, test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health. And EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. So let me ask you a simple question. Does your existing salary account give you more? Is your salary in the right account? Worry no more, because the EcoBank salary account is here to help you. Open an EcoBank salary account today and enjoy free life insurance, which covers temporary and permanent disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and death. With the EcoBank salary account, you have the ability to save as you spend, free debit card access to loans, and more. And the best part is you stand the chance to double your salary in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded from now till the end of July. So open an EcoBank salary account today for amazing benefits. But please be aware of scammers who may contact you on this offer. Always visit an EcoBank branch or call EcoBank toll-free on 0800 00 3225 for further details on the EcoBank salary account and the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank.
This one, Gantuan account.
Why are you running?
It's all about the EcoBank salary account.
EcoBank salary account. Why? You gonna make me fly?
I promise, it will make your pockets rise. The salary account comes with many incredible benefits like free life insurance, which covers permanent total disability, critical illness, hospitalization, temporal disability, retrenchment, and death. Also save while you spend, access loans, get free debit cards, and the chance to double your salary and more in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded. It's starting from this May to July 31st, 2023. And there are so many other consolation prizes to be won.
Hey, no wonder my hand was itching. This is the perfect account for my salary.
So go ahead, open an EcoBank salary account today. You also stand a chance to win more than double your salary from 1st of May to the 31st of July in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is under the supervision of the National Lottery Authority under the Caritas Lottery Platform. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. And on Big Stories this morning, it's a conversation that concerns you and concerns me. One about us. So imagine stepping out, driving on the road. All your family know you're traveling and you never return. Imagine losing your life in a road crash or losing that loved one through road accidents. That would be very sad, wouldn't it? Now, in 2018, we set up a whole interministerial committee, a cabinet committee to look into it. What has happened ever since? We talked about all the things we intended to do. This morning, we bring back those plans and ask the simple question. In the first quarter of 2023, over 500 Ghanaians have lost their lives to road accidents. That is unacceptable. And today, we look at what the challenges are and find permanent solutions to it. Big stories here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by Vodafone. Further together, latest phone, your partner for life, Belmonte by CPL Developers, the ultimate luxury experience. Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking. Now, looking for the best value data and voice offers? Look no further, as Vodafone has unbeatable deals made just for you. To enjoy these amazing Vodafone offers, just dial *530# and get onto any of the Vodafone Made For Me bundles. For as little as $1 Ghana cedi, Vodafone Made For Me has got just what you need. And this offer is specially made for you. Simply dial *530# or visit my Vodafone app to subscribe. Vodafone, further together. And if you're looking for a one-seater, two-seater, three-seater, or L-shaped sofa crafted to the finest details and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotel, if you're looking for comfort, durability, quality, and that perfect finishing, look no further, because Latest Foam is your one-stop shop, whatever your choice or budget. Buy from the best, not the imitated. Buy Latest Foam. Latest Foam, your partner for life. So welcome to Belmonte, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then look no further than Belmonte. Belmonte is located in the prime East Legon area of Lagos Avenue. And the Belmonte stylish apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. So whether you're looking for an executive studio suite, a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bedroom apartment, or a custom villa, we've got you covered. But that's not all. Belmonte also offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax and keep you entertained. So why wait? Take that first step towards your dream home. Sign up for our 3-year payment plan and own your property today. Contact us on 0204 343 011 or 0204 343 015. Belmonte is developed by CPL. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Super Morning Show.
Ever visited a shop, picked a whole basket of provisions, toiletries, and very essential things you need, battled a long queue to finally pay, only to be told you can't pay to a merchant number? The way that thing they pay, but with Vodafone Cash, there is no problem. Now on Vodafone Cash, you can pay all merchants on all networks. Easy peasy. Aye straight. Aye direct. Aye sharp. From your Vodafone Cash wallet to any merchant number on other networks. So whether you are buying provisions or fuel, medication or food, whatever the service or need, just pay conveniently from Vodafone Cash to any merchant's number. Simply dial *110# to make payment to merchants on other networks today.
Vodafone.
Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Welcome to Belmonte, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then look no further than Belmonte. Belmonte is located in the prime East Legon area of Lagos Avenue. The Belmonte stylish apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. Whether you are looking for an executive studio suite or a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bedroom apartment, or a custom villa, we have you covered. But that's not all. Belmonte offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax and keep you entertained. So why wait? Take the first step towards your dream home. Sign up for our 3-year payment plan and own your property today. Contact us at 0204 343 011 or 0204 343 015 to learn more. Belmonte is developed by CPL Developers.
It's morning in Africa. It won't be bright for another hour or two, but the continent is already on the move. Trade is kicking up and spirits are high as the continent prepares to move yet another 1 million tons of goods to markets across the seas. It's the hour for making tea and coffee, of cotton bales, splitting wood, diamonds in metal boxes, and tall buildings going up. The train engines are revving up, factories are opening, and big undersea cables are pushing the continent alive. 4 time zones, 1 million opportunities, and vibrant young professionals 100 million strong. It's morning in Africa, and one bank is opening the door to endless opportunities. With seamless Pan-African payment and trade solutions and presence in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, we are Africa's gateway to the world.
Access, more than banking.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will flourish, your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG. We stand with
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7
you.
sense it precedes those we call superstars today, you know, the Sarkodie's and this was what a standard.
And it looked like Tupac too.
He did, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have
with that ball
memory
head.
of how he looked.
No. He was just, you know.
Oh, I
but
know. He looked like Tupac. You're very right. He looked like Tupac.
Yeah.
He didn't last long, sadly.
Which is a pity.
But others lasted long.
Yeah, like who?
Mr. Caesar.
Oh, my friend.
Gee, you know what I mean? This is a serious hit, you know? Coming out.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best. Enjoy 99.7 FM.
Let's go. Messi loco. No babeni. What you for? Mataeko. 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 Okay. Machinchina Messi mama. Now subudo idia Messi loco. Ayaja. Messi mama. Now subudo idia Messi loco. Messi loco. Ami loco. Mene. Kemo mi loco. Baba feel it. Okay, yes, Uncle Bill. Messi loco. Ami loco. Mene. Kemo mi loco. Baba feel it. Messi loco. No balenie. Nothing for Mataeko. Messi loco. No balenie. Nothing for Mataeko.
Give it to me if you really like it. Prove me wrong if you really love it. Let them know that when it comes to love, there's none to be compared. I'm a super lover. Tell them I've met a girl, promise loco, who stays at Mata Heko. Exceptionally fantastic, romantically bombastic, edibly topiastic, suckable, kissable, lovable. That's how I find her beauty. Wonderful, beautiful. That's how I find her beauty. Her name is Messi Loco.
Messi loco.
Why?
Oh.
Why?
No, but this is not the best rap of
Why?
the song. The second verse.
Seriously.
The second verse is fantastic. You just listen to the second verse.
They allowed him to do a second verse.
Listen to the second verse.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Come on, Bagana Poli, Tiny, Nafana, Motor, Silemo Agbane. Come on, look a song in a high grade. I let you run, bad man. Mitamashi, your boy was song, kept a man, tell him in fame. Yes, a Kayelini, see, got a ray. Ojo Colomero, no one to Pempe, Ojefa. They were Moshima, Katanima, Ewo, taking the Bush, Akuni, Ewo, Ibolem, Bomba, Minka, Pempe, no Konokoni, Ateniana. No Moshima, Katanima, Tele, 20 years, Chile. There, and there are more possibilities.
Messi loco.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
My, oh my. Look at that beautiful girl. She's so fine, she's so tall. What does she live at all? Mataeko, what's her name? Messi Loco. If I die, I will never go back.
yeah, boy, I'm gonna tell you that. Come on, for me.
Messi loco,
Hey, I didn't think it could get worse than Chopiastic.
Oh,
But
no,
I was
so-
wrong.
So this is Mr. Caesar.
Oh no.
Now, Mr. Caesar was very unique at the time. Had all the best guys singing for him. Oh, but you see, you had Ofurian Ponsa with Araba Lawson and Adenta Housen. Then you had Messi Loku, Mata Heku. Now, the last, she says what? Minsumbio, I cry no more. She will stand and I will fall. You know, just like a nursery rhyme.
So he's writing and he thinks my last word was fantastic. I must rhyme with it. Okay.
Of all the alternatives, the synonyms.
Chopiastic.
Yeah, but that's so you know when we talk about musicians in Ghana.
So why should he even rap in English in the first place?
No, he was, you know, at the time.
It's okay.
He decided to rap in English when a lot of you were rapping in Tree.
It's all right. Let's move on.
But still the best
while
is
we
Joe
still
Frazier.
can. Yeah. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy. It's 8:31, and listen, we've got to soften the ground for our landing because today's conversation is a hard one. It's a tough one. We've only gone through a quarter of the year so far. I mean, we're approaching halfway. But we have the details for the first quarter of the year. And already, how many people have died on the roads?
544.
Come on.
First quarter.
Come on. Right? And look, last year, if you take the average, 41 people 41 crashes were happening every single day in this country. 41 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, that is under no circumstances sustainable. We need to have a conversation that hopefully will save lives, because in the past, every time we've talked about this, every time we've been promised action, clearly it has not worked. Getting into that shortly. But first, we know that life is go, 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 and it's hard to make time for the things that really count. So at ABSA, they won't let banking get in the way. That's why with their digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so that you can focus on what or who is important to you. Banking has never been this easy. Transfer funds into your savings account, pay your old school union dues and your DSTV subscription, and many more with a click on your phone. Get things done simply with ABSA's digital channels. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA. Terms and conditions apply. Go to absa.com.gh for further details.
So I have a question for all of you. What is exciting, delicious, creamy, and rich in vitamins, minerals, and has the goodness of cocoa all at the same time?
Adiano, niche.
Of course, you're right. For 3 points. So Niche chocolate drink made with Ghana's finest wholesome cocoa. Niche chocolate is full of delicious goodness. Niche chocolate drink comes in 250 ml bottle and 180 ml Tetra packs so that you can enjoy it big or small. It's great for all members of the family. Visit a shop near you so you can get yours, and I know that you'd love it. Contact Niche on 0531818292 or 0277779560. Niche, taste of Ghana.
So help me God. Now, you contribute to the growth and success of Ghanaian textile industry every time you wear your authentic fabrics. GTP says, thank you. Always purchase original, genuine, and authentic GTP fabrics. Check that the designer number on the label is also printed on the edge of the fabric. Contact GTP on 050-994-0949 to buy online, or you can visit any of their accredited dealers across the country or any Woodin shop. GTP, life styled.
So everywhere make hot, baby Ayeshi, but still, man for enjoy. Regardless. So grab your favorite Bigo drink from Twelum Industrial Company Limited, producers of Venom Mineral Water and Rush Energy Drink. And guess what? Bigo drink now gives you 20 bottles for a pack, no more 16, 4 more bottles for free. Obia Benyebi. Boys, girls, mommy, daddy, for the party, funeral, family day out, and other social gathering, no wahala. Grab any of our flavors: cola, orange, pineapple, apple, cocktail. Bigo drink, big in taste, big in flavor, big in quantity, and very affordable for all. Bigo drink, another premium product from Twelum Industrial Company Limited, producers of Rush Energy Drink and Verna Mineral Water.
All right, listen, let's get into this conversation. Okay, we have to talk about all aspects of this one because, I mean, it beggars belief. Raymond, is there a bigger, more effective killer of Ghanaians than road accidents?
We're told malaria some time ago, but in all fairness, it's been for a very long time road accidents. But you think about it, if we still consider a village to be 500 people,
right,
and we lost that village in 1 quarter, a whole village, people, aspirations, people who are breadwinners in this economy, and all the relations that are supposed to go with it. My difficulty is that, and you see, at some point, you stop talking about what we've been talking about consistently. Oh, educate the people on what exactly now again? On the fact that they ought to drive properly, or there should be better drivers. Who determines who is supposed to be a driver in this country? What processes do we go through? The same very wonderful Ghanaian who can not follow basic rules on our roads, how are they able to follow rules in other countries? Because they have ingrained in their minds that it is very expensive and the laws will work. Let me give examples of how states that are serious with dealing with this problem tackle it. So when big accidents happen, like accidents happened some time ago in Ghana in the Ebony case, when big accidents happen, countries like, and of course, we know what happened with that March 1 Greece transport minister. What did he do? There was a deadly train crash. He resigned. Yeah, he didn't give excuses. But in the Republic of Ghana, they would mount the platform, they would actually do speeches, they would have other underlings, be it a related unit or so, promising to do more. We set up an interministerial committee. We gave it a huge budget to specifically fix that problem once and for all. When Paul Kagame gave somebody the responsibility to improve their ease of doing business ranking, the person failed. What he did first and foremost is relieve the person from their role, then got a different person who then now did the job properly and got them a better ranking. But we didn't do that. It's been almost 5 years of having a committee that's come out with a report, and this is not just a small committee, it's the very best of our people in cabinet, determining that we are going to spend a huge amount of money in this sector to make sure it doesn't happen again. But 5 years down the line, it's almost like we're back to square one. But nobody gets removed from office. I mean, listen, governments have not changed. It's the same government. Nobody gets removed from office. And there are so many examples. There are car accidents that involve 2 people dying, and yet ministers leave office because of that. But here, nothing of that sort happened. Nobody's budget is cut merely because they are unable to deliver on the target given them. So, see, the reason why we have laws in this country is because it's not every Kojo or Winston that will obey the laws of the country. It's because some people sometimes will fail. So we crack the whip on them. And if the guy who's supposed to crack the whip on them is failing, his superior is made to account for it. That's how systems have worked all over the world. But we will hide behind, oh, the people are stubborn. I mean, our drivers, you don't know what's wrong with them. They drive anyhow. But where did they train? How did they get their licenses? Yes, how are they still on the roads? And everybody's complaining about it. So it's almost like their responsibility of giving people specific jobs, and they come back complaining to you. The minister does it, the guy in charge of the various agencies, they'll do the same thing and repeat the same things year in and year out. And yet more people are dying every quarter. And we are people who are at some point, and I'm sure last year we were even trying to say that, oh, well, there's been some improvement. But could we sustain it beyond the period that we wanted? We are not aliens. We are not special people. We are not different kind of people. I mean, we are not configured differently. We are not trained by, let's say, robots or substandard human beings. They are the same sort of black people are living in other parts of the world and delivering, following regulations, and doing the things that they are supposed to do. To me, the biggest problem is that nobody is held accountable when these things happen.
You might have hit the nail on the head.
And we will repeat it. You, listen. We are talking about 500, right?
Yeah.
Nobody will die. You would have even the minister justifying and blaming people. No, they are very responsible people. We should talk about the attitudes of the people. But your job is to make sure it doesn't happen. If everybody is blaming another person for not being able to do their job, how is it going to be? So the minister's driver did not turn up because the other people on the roads who are irresponsible.
Yeah.
What would he say? Would he accept that excuse? But we accept it. We are fine with it. Also, at the core of this problem, it's not that we do not know what to do. The same PhDs, the same solutions, but the people are not doing anything different. See, when they start giving excuses that, oh no, when you dualize the Kumasi Accra road, it will fix the problem. Why haven't we done it since like 10 years we started talking about it? If that's what's going to fix the problem on that stretch, why haven't we done that? Why? When there's a by-election, we can mobilize, right, to Kumawu or this time around, it's a sin, and go and fix roads in seconds. That means that we have the capacity, if we care about numbers dying. And you see, in the by-election, it might be a single member of parliament who died. But this one, we're talking about a huge number of people. That does not matter. Because the numbers, they are not... See, it is in the Republic of Ghana. It took the wife of a minister dying before we needed to fix police hospital. You recall? All of a sudden we did it. We found money. We went into procurement and we said, no, let's build a new hospital. It's not worth it. Mainly because a minister's wife died there. And there are several examples of how it's almost like the people who are supposed to be protected, the people act in their own interest, so they don't care about the main ones. If we had enough money to be able to go to Kumawu, and we believe that dualization, which, I mean, listen, to me, it's almost like seeking a short-term solution and not fixing the root cause. But assuming that's the most important problem now, why haven't we in the last 10 years of discussing dualization done that?
Thank you.
What I thought is it within our budget in the last 10 years that we've not done? Which, in fact, it was never a one of the top priority programs. We've had one district, one factory. We have had all the top priority programs. Dualization of that Kumasi Accra road to prevent people dying on that stretch was never part of it.
Look, Raymond, you talked about the 1 billion. 4 years ago, we approved 1 billion.
Yes.
Now, at the time we're having that conversation, the National Road Safety Commission was pushing that it be made an authority so that it can enforce regulations.
Another story we're told.
Okay? In there, and I am very glad that this morning, one of the people that, we have joining us, now is quoted at the time. Listen to this. Kwame Kodri-Etiahene, the head of communications of the National Road Safety Commission, bemoaned the commission's current lack of power to enforce road safety regulations, insisting that the government should elevate the commission to deal with the non-compliance of road safety standards. Indeed, commission made an authority. In 2019, we were told of how the commission was going to be given some 6.5 million to engage in public sensitization. We had approved 1.05 billion Ghana cedis to help all the agencies. After all, we set up an inter-ministerial committee in 2018. By 2021, we set up another one presenting a report to the Minister of Transport. But we are still at the same place.
Look, this is a life or death conversation, and let's not confuse ourselves. Yes, our attitudes on the roads are terrible. The sort of things we do. Today, on my way to work, I was on a dual carriageway, right? And there was a empty trotro. I think he was about to start work, reversing onto the dual carriageway. And this is the worst part, reversing from an open courtyard where he could have done a very safe U-turn and come out face first. He was reversing into a dual carriageway. And I had to slam my brakes to avoid crashing into him. All these people have driver's licenses. All these people are out on our roads today. They are in traffic in front of you, risking your life as well as theirs and the lives of their passengers. So yes, our attitudes are terrible, but let me assure you, the only solution is to police them. Is to properly police them, to properly enforce our laws and make it costly for people to fool on our roads.
And attitudes are terrible all over the world.
Thank you. So if that is the solution, that we must actually police the people on our roads, then the entirety of the blame must go on to those who are failing to do that. I've never heard of it. This is the only country where people come and beg you to give them position so they can solve your problems. And then when you give them the position, they say, solve the problem yourself. They say, police yourself.
Oh, your
fix your own attitude.
Yes, and if you don't fix that part, we cannot do our bit because
as for me,
the law and the power you have given us, we can use it, but we don't want to use it.
As for me, I'm going to use my time and resources to insulate myself from the problem. I'll buy 4x4. I will get security guards to protect me from the problems you appointed me or elected me to solve. You fix your own attitude. How is that acceptable? This conversation today must focus on the solutions, and we'll do exactly that. Kwame Kodu-Atuahene joins us today. He's Director of Regulation, Inspection and Compliance at the National Road Safety Authority. Dr. William Zaka is the Head of Transportation Engineering Division at CSIR. He's in charge of Building and Road Research Institute as well. At the Building and Road Research Institute of CSIR. We're going to deal with that when we come back.
Melcom says it's there for you and got you covered with all your daily need items. Continue shopping on products ranging from groceries, stationery, electronics, homeware, kitchenware, furniture, home decor, electricals, and many more at low prices. Terms and conditions apply. Melcom, where Ghana shops.
Say donut, 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 donut. Hey, donut, 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 donut. Donut, donut. Yankon cotton donut. Donut, donut. Malaria syndrome donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D donut now. Wogonto. Malaria chill. Wohopopo. What do you do? I want you. Donut. Donut. Adabako. No. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumujam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo hwa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call, and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Hey, Charlie, the journey to your house is not for mere mortals. Going through more trotros than the number of people you have dated. The sandwiching of strangers with peculiar body colognes. Hey. Let's not mention the booga skills your trotro drivers demonstrate on the road. The number of mates misses out to your final bus stop. But you've got this. Wake up your vim with Lucozade. Because with Lucozade, you always make it through. Lucozade, restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved.
Mr. Bossman, with all these computers, servers, and electronic equipment, I know they see one cable for the floor crack.
Charlie, you be right too. We dey use raised access floors from Interface, so all the cables they hide under the raised access floors. So
this be the solution to the plenty cables where you my computer room for office. Accountant, call Interface now.
If you're involved in new property development, renovation, or decoration, the right place for you is Interface Limited. Call us on 0274 999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook, Interface Limited GH. Instagram, interface.limited.
Imagine say water wake up at dawn. You know buff, you know chop. When it vanish for your area for 2 weeks, you not get one drop safe inside your tank.
Hey.
Hajia, our life was in dangerous. Only our neighbor get water with water tank.
Water tank?
Yes. water tank. Mamma mia, that water tank gets meter for checking water level. That water tank be fine past Kumasi Selenium. That water tank be tough like Ghana Army. That water tank, they carry water pepe, so say some no go left inside the supply tank. What a tank! As my boss, Mr. Poncho, go talk.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water. Water tank. What a tank! By Duraplast.
What? It seems Royal Foam did not get the memo. Times are tough. Prices are going up. They're giving 10% discount, free pillows with every purchase. Hey, Royal Foam. Just when you thought all they manufacture are quality but affordable mattresses and pillows, they take it up a notch by being thoughtful in these hard times. Royal Foam has reduced their prices drastically. Buy a mattress, get a free pillow. Enjoy 10% discount instantly, nationwide. Take advantage. Enjoy Royal Foam. Enjoy the best.
Call Royal Foam today on 020-227-1000 for more information.
Royal Foam. Rest assured.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The morning show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
All right. A life-saving conversation is what we have ahead of us. Our guests Kwame Kojo-Tiahini and Dr. William Zaka will be joining us in a moment. But first, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, in collaboration with UNIDO, with funding support from the European Union, is organizing the maiden edition of the WACOMP Made in ECOWAS exhibition right here in Ghana under the West African Competitiveness Program. Over 100 MSMEs operating in the processed fruits, cassava and cosmetics sectors will showcase their products and services from the 29th of June until the 1st of July at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly Office Complex. Now, if you want to register as an exhibitor, here are a couple of phone numbers for you. 024 342 5872 or 054 751 3373. If you want more information, you can also go to wacompghana.org. Businesses are encouraged to register early to reserve their stands. Now, the registration fee is 500 Ghana cedis. WACOMP Made in ECOWAS exhibition, enhancing intra-regional trade to empower local industries.
And the Ghana Revenue Authority announces for the information of the general public, especially importers, that with the passage of the VAT Amendment Act 2022, Act 1082, all importers who qualify to register for VAT and have failed to do so will from Tuesday, that's the 6th of June, started yesterday 2023, be charged an additional 12.5% on the customs value of the taxable goods they import. The upfront payment is charged at importation on taxable goods imported in commercial quantities with a value of 200,000 Ghana cedis and above. Kindly note that the upfront payment is not a new tax. It is a compliance tool to encourage persons required to register for VAT to register and file tax returns in order to bring parity in the administration of VAT. An importer who makes the upfront payment may be allowed to recover the amount when they register and file their VAT returns as stated in Act 1082. We therefore entreat all importers who qualify to register for VAT to make arrangements to register at the nearest taxpayer service center to avoid the upfront payment. Kindly contact GRE on toll-free number 0800 900 110, or you can contact us on WhatsApp number 055 299 0000 or 0200 631664, or send an email to info@gra.gov.gh for further inquiries.
Now, it's a Chediankwa throughout the month of May, June, and July. Access Bank's remittance promo is back to reward you for sending and receiving money from your loved ones. Get free airtime instantly and lots of exciting branded gifts when you send or receive 500 Ghana cedis and above through Access Africa, Western Union, MoneyGram, Ria, ZPay, UnityLink, or Express Pay. Receive money directly into your Access Bank account, mobile money wallet, or over the counter. It's free when you receive your remittances into your Access Bank account. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The Access Bank Achediankwa promotion is here, and there's no limit to the gifts you can receive. So you can receive, and receive. Do not be left out. Visit any of their 53 branches on a weekday and some selected branches on Saturdays for all of your remittance transactions. Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking.
So, Kojo, are you thinking of where to go this summer?
Papa.
Then Adansi Travel brings you a combo experience as you explore the finest city in Africa, Kigali. And continue to enjoy the glamour and fun in Dubai. Now, these 10-day trip have all you need for a fantastic summer holiday experience you've always wanted. Now, the sober reflection at the Genocide Museum in Kigali, the bustling nightlife in Kigali, the sight of the marvelous architecture in Dubai, the comfort and luxury of the various hotels, the buffet breakfasts, and above all, the fun-filled Adansi at 10 party with live performance from the man himself, Sangmene. Sangmene at the Dubai desert is too good to miss. But for those of you who like it to be pronounced as Samini, Sangmene, Samini, you get to experience all of these at a cool rate of $1,650, covering flight, hotel, visa, transport, and many more departures from Accra's 11th August, 13th August, and 25th August. It's your choice. Choose which date works for you. Book your slot by visiting adansitravels.com or call 0556 310404 or 0552 648267. Adansi at 10, it's a vibe. Book now to feel the beauty of life with Adansi.
All right, it's 3 minutes to 9. Let's get busy. 544 people have already died in the first quarter of this year on our roads. It beggars belief that something that ought to be routine, moving from A to B, can become a death sentence. That someone can say, "Me kwaba," and then they can only fulfill the first half of that sentence. It makes no sense. Let's try and understand why we have this situation. Our guest, Kwame Kodwo-Etuahene, is Director of, and this is important, Regulation, Inspection, and Compliance at the National Road Safety Authority. We also have joining us Dr. William Zakar, and his post is a heavy one, so listen. He's the head of Transportation Engineering Division of the Building and Road Research Institute at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, known to you and me as CSIR. Two of the best people to help us solve this problem. Good morning to you both, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning to your listeners.
Wonderful. Mr. Etuahene is here with us in the studio. Dr. Akar joins us over the phone. Now, Mr. Etuahene, if you don't mind, I'll start with you. And I mean, we read your title. It is so on the money, so on the nose for the conversation we are having today. You are the Director of Regulation, Inspection, and Compliance. These are things that the Road Safety Authority sought to be given power to execute. Regulation, inspection, and compliance. That power was given to you. Why are more people dying now than before.
Kwayo, thanks so much to Wilson and my friend Aka, and also to Raymond. It's always a pleasure to be in your company, more especially when you make time to push this discussion onto the front space. It offers us the opportunity to do some reflection, give an account of what is being done, and probably seize the opportunity to take some ideas to improve upon the existing countermeasures. In fact, it is the case. I sat through Wilson's recollection of previous accounts on where we were and where we expected to get to. You see, in 2019, when we became an authority, beyond the Act, there were a number of things that were required to operationalize the new agenda and also new expectation. And I think the last time I was around, we had a discussion about a regulation, a legislative instrument that was pending in Parliament, at the Attorney General's office, yet to be introduced to Parliament. And that was supposed to give some more impetus to the ideas in the Act. I'm happy to report that in March 30th, the law was approved and it's been gazetted. It's at Assembly Press being worked on for print. So for some of the things that, some of the ideas that were in the Act, which we were unable to add steam to, I think that a major part of the discussion has been cleared, and we'll begin to see more action along those lines. But that said, if you look at the data from 2021 till date, thanks to the support of all our stakeholders, including Joy, with the Arrive Alive and others, with the War Against Indiscipline, the police, the DVLA, for the first time, we have recorded reductions in all indicators for almost 18 months on the run. It's never happened. So from January 2022 to January to December 2022 compared to January-December 2021, January 2023 up to March and even April 2023, when you look at the data for crashes, injuries, deaths, there's been a steady reduction. But we are certainly not at a stage where we can go to sleep. In fact, for some of the major areas that we used to have some concerns, the high occupancy vehicle, even motor riders, we notice that there's been some marginal stability, in some cases some reduction. But there's a lot that ought to be done. And that's why this discussion is important, because you never stop having a discussion reflecting on your measures until you have a significant reduction in the numbers, more so when these crashes involve public service vehicles. And that sits directly under my lap. So accidents may happen, but if they involve a private vehicle or a novice, maybe if it doesn't result in a casualty, you may overlook it to some extent. But when it's a commercial or public service vehicle, you have 60 people traveling, 38, 40, and there's a collision. Those are services or service providers that ought to have a certain minimum safety standard, a certain measure of control. And when those gaps exist, then the evidence is that there's still work to be done, and we must figure out how to fix those lapses. And that's what we're planning to do at present. But otherwise, on the evidence of the data, even though we are not at the level where we can be very comfortable, we are beginning to see some reduction, and it gives us some reason to reflect on what is being done right in order for us to intensify the efforts to be able to have bigger wins and not celebrate over these minor reductions.
Permit me to seek some clarification. Are you saying that for the first quarter of this year, the number of deaths, injuries, and crashes are all lower than the number of deaths, injuries, and crashes for the first quarter of 2022?
Yes. Yes, to the best of my knowledge and information that I have.
So in the first quarter of 2022, less than 544 people died.
Let me try and get you there.
Yeah, I would want to get some clarification on that. Because when I look at the total figure of those who died in 2022, it's just above 2,000 something.
In fact, what I have is from January to April, which is even beyond the first quarter.
Right.
And the number of deaths is 943. Sorry, 725.
For which year?
For 2023.
Okay, so
January,
it's more 725 for January to April.
April.
Okay.
But for the same period last year, that was 943.
Okay. So it's a reduction.
Yes, about 23%.
Okay. And we've had a reduction in crashes and injuries as well?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm wondering. You talked about the law and the fact that now that it's in place, you will be able to do some of the things that you are mandated to do.
Yeah.
So let's take your situation. I'm your Director of Regulation, Inspection and Compliance. Which of those three were you unable to do because the law wasn't in place?
All of them.
So you've not been able to do your job to this point?
Even from 2020, before we became
before the law. In fact, the law is still not even ready for implementation because it's being gazetted.
Yeah. So when the act was passed, what we sought to do was to resort to advocacy to prepare the minds of our target agencies. So to clarify, my responsibility really is to ensure that institutions providing safety-related services comply with existing standards, rules, and regulations. So from the transport industry, for instance, for the life of us in this country, I mean, we haven't taken the trouble to keep a data or even register which institutions are providing these services. So we started having a conversation around that. There are those who have willingly come to us with information that we require. But once the LI kicks in, it becomes mandatory for them to come register with us. And it's important because we think that transportation is such a technical service. And all the other institutes, even in Ghana, there's a common example that we cite with pride. In fact, there's Shell, there's GASEM, there are a number of companies that have done in excess of 10 years, managing fleets a size of 1,000 and more that are yet to record a single crash over a 10-year period.
Right.
It is because they have some systems in place. So this whole idea about registering the GPRTUs, the Protoa, the VIPs, is to try to mimic a similar system. So that you have a transport officer or manager who is qualified to carry out the operational responsibilities of the task, and ensures that at the minimum level these conditions are being upheld. That is one. You recall, for instance, that in the last year or so we had reason to issue an alert and a compliance notice to the Department of MROs on a subject matter that Joy Multimedia has been very keen on: street lights and traffic lights. In fact, we gave a 60-day notice, and they came back to us within the 60 days with a program to fix the ones that were non-functional, with some explanation for some others. I think anyhow, either way you look at it.
Did they do it?
Yes, they did. When we went back for, I think, about 50 of them. But the feedback to some extent also was that for some of the traffic lights that we had inspected and assessed as non-functional, their excuse was that we probably had gone at a time where the lights were down. and so we've had to do an audit again.
But must the lights ever be down?
Well, so that's another conversation, because then the Ministry of Energy, for instance, has a responsibility to keep the street lights up at most times. So we've had a discussion.
Yeah, but the
with
issue
them.
is, must the lights be down?
Of course, I mean, for us within the safety environment, visibility is very key.
So there's no excuse then?
As far as I'm concerned, no.
Okay.
So
you really should not have accepted that explanation for the ones that you were told were down when you inspected them.
Yes, but to grant them some benefit of the doubt, we needed to go back to be sure that their account was actually,
even though it doesn't matter,
the case. Yes, but I mean, the way you look at it is that you are moving from a regime where the Department of Urban Roads would normally dismiss your letter or compliance notice to an era where they feel duty bound to act on your instructions. In the absence of the regulations, there are other measures that were non-existent where you can't kick in. But once you have the full complement of the Act and the regulations, if you need to sanction, you need to impose penalties, those other things will be able to kicked in. I mean, we may be able to kick those other measures in at the moment.
I want to bring in Dr. William Zaka. He's the head of Transportation and Engineering Division of the Building and Road Research Institute at CSIR. Dr. Aka, I mean, you've been listening. The institution seized with the responsibility of regulating and ensuring compliance of all drivers on our roads and in fact of all stakeholders in road safety is here, and they are talking about their own unique challenges. No regulations have been put in place until recently. From your perspective, looking both inside and outside the box, is that it? Is that the problem, that we didn't have regulations in place, or is there a solution that we are yet to explore?
Okay, thank you very much, Winston. Good morning to your listeners. I see that in the area of safety, there are serious problems. As a country, we've not paid serious attention or make serious efforts to deal with the issue of safety. The National Road Safety Authority itself is challenged. With Kwame's office, Dr. Kudia's office, for instance, I see a serious challenge with the law and whatever backing they want to establish this office of regulation and or whatever. Let me give this example. So if there is a pothole on a road, the Ghana Highway Authority, the engineers, they go there, they do assessments, they submit their budget to the office. It is submitted to the Ministry of Transport. Money is not made available to the engineers to execute the job. Who do you hold responsible? Is it the engineer or the Ministry of Finance, which didn't make money available for the work? So from the start, there's a serious challenge. Our major problem is with funding. We've not taken it seriously. We don't make adequate budgetary allocation to the National Road Safety Authority for their job, and they are challenged. Their main activity now is to coordinate activities of the different stakeholder organizations. Look at where they are located. They are in the Ministry of Transportation. All the road agencies are under the Ministry of Roads and Highways. And then you go to the enforcement police under the Ministry of Interior. The National Ambulance Service under the Ministry of Health. So the National Road Safety under the Ministry of Transport is supposed to coordinate the activities of the different stakeholder institutions which are under the different institutes, under the different ministries. So let's ask Lawyer Kodia, do they have challenge in coordinating the activities of the different stakeholder activities? Because they are the Ministry of Transport. Find is very difficult, even asking the police to do the some form of enforcement for them. Because the police, for instance, they take instructions from only their minister, the Ministry of Interior. So it's very difficult. I know they are challenged. Some of these laws may be good on paper, but in terms of helping solving the problem, I think I have my doubts. Our main problem is funding. We've not paid particular attention to road safety, and from what I know, road safety will not just happen. We need to make a conscious effort. We need to invest in safety in order to make sure that we reduce the accidents.
So it sounds to me like what you're saying is that even when these regulations kick in, the NRSA will still face some difficulty in achieving results because of the natural layout of our stakeholders and the different ministries they fall under and the reporting lines that are not clear.
Yes. Right. We've made this proposal. So the National Road Safety Authority is under the Ministry of Transport.
Yes.
Why don't we put it under a higher authority? For instance, like the Office of the Vice President, so that they may have a higher short form of control over the other institutions where they are located now. I think they are challenged and they still have issues in coordinating the activities of the different stakeholder institutions.
That's an interesting suggestion. So basically, put them in a reporting line above the other institutions that report to ministries, so that they can. Right. Okay. But why the Office of the Vice President? Why not the Office of the President?
It's just a suggestion. It can be at the Office of the President, but I think that the Office of the President is quite busy as compared to the Office of the Vice President.
Okay. So, an interesting idea. So, if we solve the funding problem, if we give NRSA a position of authority over the other stakeholder institutions they are supposed to regulate, then we'll start seeing numbers going down. But until then, just putting regulations in place will not solve the problem?
So if we will be able to get this regulation enforced, right? Recently, we've having a lot of crashes on our highways. What does the law say? It says that drivers are not supposed to travel or to drive for more than 4 hours. Maximum 8 hours in a day, or maximum 500 kilometers in a day. But what do? We are unable to enforce this simple law. So we have most of these drivers driving for very long hours, and so they get tired, fatigue sets in, they move out of their lane, collide with other vehicles, and it results in a lot of deaths. Right? If we will be able to enforce some of these laws, then I think we will be able to do this. But now, I think we are unable to do it. Last year, for instance, I think the IGP gave a command that the police shouldn't go on the road, for instance. So if you are doing enforcement with road safety, it means everything ceases, right? And we are back to square one. But for this, some of these rules for drivers to obey them, you need to sustain them with enforcement. You need to make sure that enforcement is sustained, and then you'll be able to bring these numbers down.
Let me just get your thoughts on something, because a lot of these accidents, some of them actually happen at night or at dawn. So it's around the dark moments of the day. At that time of the day, are roads safe?
Yes, so the issue of fatigue is a factor. Visibility is reduced. From our research, we know that if there is light, where there is light, road traffic reduces, and then the severity of those crashes also comes down. So that is one. Night driving generally is dangerous because the glare from oncoming vehicles can even cause you to be blind temporarily, right? And then when that happens, you move to the other lane, and it can result into head-on collision, which have high consequences. So night driving generally is more dangerous as compared to daytime. But if you are able to provide street lighting, for instance, at located settlement areas, we make sure that those vehicles have the headlights of these vehicles are adequate. The drivers are sensitive enough to dip their high dim lights when they are approaching other vehicles. I think we should be fine.
So you mentioned potholes earlier, and I found that interesting, that example you gave about how much bureaucracy goes into just fixing one pothole. Now here at Joy, we've launched the GH Potholes Initiative, and we're interested in the role potholes play in accidents. In your work at CSIR, what have you learned about potholes' contribution to accidents?
Okay, so yes, they result in crashes. They result in some of these crashes. The road feature from our statistics results in some crashes. I may not be able to, I don't have the figures in hand, but it's in the statistics, I can get it for you. But usually, where these potholes are, especially where there are many and then drivers slow down, you don't tend to have a lot of accidents because naturally the drivers slow down, and even when there is the crashes, the severity level is low. Where we recording this high number of fatalities are the very good roads, the roads without potholes, the ones which have been asphalted, the conditions are good, and these drivers are able to speed beyond the recommended speed limits. And usually we've been talking about relaxation, for instance. If the speeds are high, and then there's collision, the tendency that people will die is also very, very high.
What about roads like the motorway, where speeding, cars are expected to move at a higher speed? When there is a pothole on a motorway, does it tend to pose a risk for accidents?
Yes, so drivers would want to maneuver around the pothole. And by changing lanes, if you change lanes, it means that you are interacting with other vehicles. So you have the tendency to get into a collision with the other vehicle. And more especially, if it's a single carriageway, it means that you are maneuvering around the pothole, getting into the lane of the oncoming vehicle, and that can be fatal.
Okay. Listen, we're talking about the carnage on our roads. The numbers are rising, and of course, we are concerned and we want to bring them down. Our guests helping us find solutions are Kwame Kodu-Etuahene, who of course is Director of Regulation, Inspection and Compliance at the National Road Safety Authority. Dr. William Zakah is Head of Transportation Engineering Division of the Building and Road Research Institute at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, which is CSIR. When we come back, we look into the future. What targets has the National Road Safety Authority set for itself? What are they hoping to achieve a year, 5 years, 10 years from now? How much safer do they expect to make you on our roads? Dr. William Zakah will also help us with ideas outside the box. What can we do in our constrained environment to ensure that your chances of going out and coming back home safely every day are increased? Stay with us. We'll get into that when we return.
Conference Center. The theme for this event is Harnessing Mining and Energy Potential for Sustainable National Development. Join us for 3 days of thought-provoking discussions with industry experts, top business executives, government officials in and outside Ghana's mining sector. There will be opportunities for B2B meetings, networking, collaboration, and exhibition of products. Come and discover the latest trends in technologies and innovations in mining and energy sector. Register now and be part of this prestigious event. Visit www.GhanaMiningSummit.com to register or email info@GhanaMiningSummit.com for more details.
Have you ever been on a cruise? Imagine sleeping and waking up to the view of calm blue waters in the comfort of your cabin whilst visiting different cities like Santorini, Mykonos, Barcelona, Bahrain, Wilvis Bay, or Venice, where for about 7 days you're treated like royalty on board a floating resort with food, drinks, entertainment, accommodation, several relaxation and fun therapies. Our packages to the Mediterranean, Southern Africa, Greek islands, and the Persian Gulf are available every week. Talk to your cruise people today and learn more about cruising and how it impacts productivity, mental health, and your general well-being. Call us now on 0308 251 055 or visit yourcruisepeople.com.
The system has nothing on her. Those in power fear what she can do. She is Madame, and she is coming. On one hand, she's a humanitarian, and on the other, she's using them to seduce men in power for favors. Madame is a new drama series that explores the evils of an uncontrolled system where young women are exploited. Premiering Monday, 8th May at 8 p.m. on Aquaba Magic, DST Channel 150 and Go TV Channel 102. Stay connected on Star 759#.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach? Yes. What did you eat? I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Mosquitoes come through your door, kill it, will kill them for sure. Eh, kill it, will kill them for sure. Kill it, insecticide spray, kill it, mosquito call. Anywhere them day, we've got kill it today. Intuntum nentefre, kill it. Mwawe bia, kill it. Mosquitoes and insects, kill it. Todia kum neye, kill it. Intuntum nentefre, kill it. Mwawe bia.
Have you heard? Kill It is back and available nationwide at all shopping outlets. Buy what kills mosquitoes, cockroaches, and all flying and crawling insects. Use Kill It Insecticide's strong and long-lasting formula that leaves a lingering sweet aroma. Buy Kill It Insecticide. Todiekum. This product is FDA approved.
My people, Philadelphia. Our very own Adansi Travels is 10 years old. I hope you remember what they did on their 5th anniversary with a 555 figure and even the power of 8.
Then this will be a 10-day thing.
That is right. We are going on a 10-day adventure in Dubai on a chartered Emirates flight full of Adansi travelers from 10th to 19th August. And starting from $1,650, you can be part of this Adansi-licious 10th anniversary tour. The rate covers flights, hotel accommodation, breakfast, visa, airport transfer, tours, and Adansi at 10 mega party at Dubai Desert Camp with the legendary Samini.
Adansi Travelers Tour. It survived the 10th anniversary. Don't know, be a part of this.
You can pay a minimum of $500 to book your seat and pay the rest till 15th July. Contact Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817 or 055 631 0404 to book your spot now. Adansi Travels. Feel life's beauty.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Yeah, I mean, you heard that, right? Those are the voices of people whose lives have been changed forever because of one mistake, one miscalculation, one attempt to avoid some impediment in the road, one poorly judged overtaking, one decision to drive an extra hour when you should have stopped and rested. Because of that, somebody's father on whom they depend for their future is gone. So their entire life has to be diverted. Whatever their plan was, it no longer exists. Somebody's mother, somebody's loved one, somebody's son, daughter, the future of the whole family, the smartest kid ever, first one to ever go to university, dead. Dead.
Like that.
Because we can't do simple things. We can't do basic things. We can't follow simple, basic rules. Carnage on our roads is unacceptable. It shouldn't happen. There is no reason why it should happen. If everybody did their job, it should never happen. And that's why this conversation is crucial. Because we need to figure out how to stem the tide of death on our roads. Kwame Kodie-Tuahene is Director of Regulation, Inspection and Compliance at NRSA. Dr. William Zakar is the head of the Transportation Engineering Division of the Building and Road Research Institute at CSIR. These two, between them, are certainly helping us lead this conversation to a point of solutions. We'll do exactly that in just a moment. But first, the Electricity Company of Ghana ECG would like to inform all of us, especially you, their customer, that with the introduction of the enhanced ECG Power app, all of us are now required to do cashless business with ECG anytime and anywhere. Okay, this is a good thing. All right, so many benefits. First of all, you can now top up your credit from your for your smart prepayment meter from your phone. You can make payments from your mobile money wallet, from your Visa, from your MasterCard, for any transaction with ECG. It gives you bank invoices, okay, so that you can make your payments. It's a platform for reporting and resolving issues. It takes payments for all invoices generated by ECG. And of course, it refunds any top-ups that have problems. It provides a history of your payment transactions and of your consumption. This is very important for these IMF times when we must all plan better. It provides notifications and alerts from ECG, and it is convenient, safe, and secure. You can use it at any time of the day, 24/7. So please download the ECG Power app from Google Play Store or App Store. If you don't have a smartphone, you can dial *226# to access the ECG Power app for all transactions. If you need help or information, go to the nearest ECG office or go to ecg.com.gh or just call that amazing call center. Those guys need to win an award. 0302 611 611. Help ECG serve you better.
So now it's your time to enjoy the Royal Foam mattress at an affordable rate. We know that things are really hard and prices of goods and services are on the rise every day. That's why Royal Foam is bringing to you a sales promotion dubbed Wunsu Wumreni. It's your time to enjoy a 10% discount off the current prices of our mattresses. Yes, 10% discount on our mattresses with free pillows. So rush to all Royal Foam shops and get a 10% discount on every mattress purchased, as well as enjoy our free pillows. Call us on 020-227-1000 for more information. Royal Foam, rest assured.
Now is that time of the day to order some tasty grilled chicken with fried rice. Best of its kind. Enjoy the aroma of carefully selected fresh ingredients. Feel the love in every bite of excellently savored and sizzled food. If you're working in Accra or Tema, call Lunch Avenue on 0558 502 206 to order some fresh, home-cooked and nutritious meals. Lunch Avenue, tasty, yummy and healthy.
So Don Marcos Travel and Tours, your reliable travel consultant, is organizing an exciting summer tour to Seychelles Island, your preferred tourist destination with unique islands and colorful beaches, from the 29th to the 8th of July 2023, with only $1,900 for singles and $3,500 for doubles. Now, tour package includes visa, return air ticket, ground transport, airport transfers, accommodation in a 3-star hotel for 9 days, breakfast, lunch and supper, sightseeing, entry fees, cruise ship ride, and navigation through the Seychelles archipelagos with live entertainment on board. Pick up your valid passport, add your COVID-19 card, your yellow fever vaccination cards. Contact 0249045442 or 0202930863 or email donmarcostravels@gmail.com. Locate them on the Spinters Road opposite Batrona Total Filling Station, Temples Estate Road. Terms and conditions apply. Don Marcos Travels, your reliable travel consultants.
All right, let's come back to this all-important conversation. We're talking about safety on our roads. The numbers are not encouraging. We certainly need them to come down, even though, indeed, as we have learnt, the numbers for the first quarter of this year are an improvement on the numbers from last year. But still, in that first quarter, 544 people have died. They were alive in January. They saw the new year. They are now dead. We need to figure out how to make sure that you and I don't become one of these statistics. So let's get back to our guest, Kwame Kodu-Etuahene and Dr. Williams Aka. Now, Mr. Etuahene, I want to come back to this issue of hotspots. There are places in this country where accidents are just too common. That Kintampo stretch, the Accra Cape Coast Road, the Accra Kumasi Road. And the road that in the 60s, when it was constructed, was the best road in the sub-region. People came from Asia to come and learn how we constructed the Accra-Tema motorway. Today, it's a death trap. Accidents are a dime a dozen on that motorway. It is now covered with potholes from beginning to end. There are parts of it where it's not a pothole, it's a crack. It's a crack in the road where you can see down into the fundaments of it. Trotros are now setting up stations along the motorway. Trucks are loading along the motorway. It has become basically a series of 100 to 200 meter death traps, which you must hope to endure to get from one city to the other. National Road Safety Authority must know even more about this than I do. No street lights, let's not forget that. I mean, how can such a list of threats be prevalent on one stretch of road and we can't seem to do anything about it?
Okay, so thanks again. Let me very, very quickly address one or two issues that Mr. Doctor raised before we went on the break. So one, within the road safety chain, I think he agrees that we work collaboratively and we depend on each other to solve one problem or the other. And there's a national road safety strategy document which assigns responsibility to each of these agencies.
Right.
And through our coordination, we sought to try to influence these decisions with data and ensure that they work. On the funding bit, yes, but also no, because our view is that there are very practical things that could be done which may not require too much resources. And you would agree, there are instances from the past where you raise issues as that requires as minimum an intervention as a road sign. But a road agency may give you the excuse not to fix it. But when there is a crash leading to deaths, within a day or two, we mobilize to fix it. So it is not always the case that the minimum cost-effective interventions require so much money, but the willingness to do it and the lack of prioritization by these agencies. And that's where the authorities' new mandate tries to address what it tries to address. So in context, I mean, the intention is not to have a regulator or an NRSA with a mandate to solve all our safety problems, but two core issues: to regulate the commercial transport industry and to also hold stakeholders accountable for their mandate. And these two core responsibilities, however easy, difficult they may appear, we have such a desire to execute the mandate incrementally to the point that we'll begin to see some improvement. But to make the point about enforcement, I mean, it relates to all the issues you have raised. Our view is that we look at enforcement from two perspectives. When we look at the police is always at the end of the enforcement chain, i.e. when all other things have failed. The police must kick in to arrest the errand driver, vehicle owner, and so on and so forth. But what happens at the institutional point? So safety begins, so if you take transportation, enforcement must begin at the point of departure. In that the guy at VIP STC ought to know that it is unsafe to park and load, for instance, at the motorway. Yeah. It is unsafe to assign one driver for a distance in excess of 500 kilometers. It is unsafe to allow a vehicle that is not safe, a vehicle that is uninsured, and so on and so forth. But in the safety conversation till date, when a crash occurs, for instance, the one that must have happened on the Offenso or recently on the Winneba stretch, the vehicle owner or the operator is not in the discussion. And that is what we seek to change with our regulation, so that the institutions providing transport services will now begin to assume a certain measure of the responsibility at the pain of sanctions and even revocations of license. To the motorway, I live in Tema, and it's such a pain to use the motorway twice every day. And I agree with you that if you were using the motorway for the first time and you were not very cautious, I mean, you may run into some difficulty because, I mean, it is punctuated with a lot of threats. I mean, and these are not matters that we can be very, we shouldn't be shy to say. And we have brought that to the attention of in fact, they know. The feedback we have is that there's a whole plan to reconstruct the motorway and solve all the issues that there is to be solved on that stretch. We may not be able to resolve the threats from the regulatory standpoint, but then we use advocacy and the opportunities we get on radio, direct outreach
but
for
from
those.
From a regulatory standpoint, is that road fit for purpose?
Well, it's a difficult one to say because as far as we are now, it's supposed to be an expressway. But somehow there's been some developments along that stretch.
You can see the cracks in the road. Yeah. You can see, I mean, the fundamentals of you see the iron rods, steel in this road, iron rods in the road. Clearly, that's not a road you want people, I mean, you want classifying as an expressway. So is that road fit for purpose?
Wilson, I agree that, I mean, when you drive, and I say I drive on that stretch every day, twice on a stretch, twice on a day, and there are obvious challenges. I mean, we had raised the issue in the past. In fact, with the street lights, a few times they've been resolved. But the significant feedback we get from the Ministry of Roads and Highways, which has the primary responsibility to build a road, is that there's a major pipeline discussion to look at the entire stretch holistically.
If I may. Yeah. And maybe you can take the opportunity to educate us here. Once these regulations kick in, will the authority have the authority, if a road is completely unfit for purpose, immotorable, dangerous, to shut it down?
So when it kicks in, the authority is empowered to issue from 30th March going, to issue road safety certificate for all major works. And it is to avert the sort of experiences we had on the N1 and new work. So that through a continuous audit process, we'll be able to say that this road is fit for purpose. And so when there's a conversation around commissioning a road project, for instance, the call is for our friends in the media to demand, to ask whether the authority has issued the certification before.
And without that certification, that road should not be used.
Exactly.
All right. If that is what the law will permit, then when you speak to the authorities about the motorway and they say, oh, the solution to all these death traps that you have identified is a dream we have to build a new motorway. That's the solution. Is that acceptable? That in the meantime, while they are dreaming, people can still continue to die and injure themselves on this road? Is that an acceptable response to the Road Safety Authority?
Yeah, so in the law again, when the law requires the authority to issue compliance notices, you are required to propose remedial actions. And the remedial actions must be reasonable within a certain context. And so if you cannot fix the road holistically in the long term, what is it that can be done in the short term? Those are discussions or options.
Precisely. But have you had those discussions, and what options have been given by those who manage the motorway?
Yeah, so the last time we did an audit of the motorway, there were portions that were remedied. In fact, there were some failings of some particular sections.
With that fault.
And over time, I think some parts of it have developed further cracks and potholes. Yes. And so within the constraints, we'll repeat the current measure. I mean, bring those areas. But when I say fixing it in the long term, I mean, I was speaking to what I know, what we know as far as the sectors short to medium plans are concerned. But admittedly, in the short term, I think we have to find ways to fill in those potholes that have emerged on that stretch.
So once these regulations kick in, would the National Road Safety Authority give certification to the Accra Tema motorway? Would that road gain certification?
So the law speaks to new projects that will come into being after the law has become effective.
I see. So you will not be looking at the existing death traps.
Yeah, so the existing death traps, if the data, what the law proposes is for us to do an audit, or ask the road agency responsible to do an audit, and based on the audit findings, we may be able to work out a remedy together.
Okay, so it's not that you would have the authority to say this road is dangerous for human use, so we are shutting it down.
Or to shut down, no, but to work together to propose remedial actions. That's why I said that you look at the various remedial options that may be available. So for some of them, if the line markings have worn out or have faded, and the data suggests that it's such a major threat on account of how many crashes are occurring at that particular stretch and that kind of thing, we should be able to address that. But to make the point that an engineer would confirm, based on our collaboration, that every year when we do the data updates, there's what we call the 20 most accident-prone locations in every region. So in every region, they assist for us to do a profile of hotspots, which some of which may not require too much cost as far as interventions are concerned. And that's why, speaking for myself, I do not embrace the funding discussion.
Right.
And I say this to the extent that if we decide that this year we plan to fix 10 kilometers of road nationally, if we paid attention, maybe the cost of fixing 1 kilometer out of the 10 may be enough to address some of the safety issues that are non-existent in the existing road. Sometimes when you speak to some of the professionals, even within the road sector, I mean, when I say professionals, the safety professionals within the road sector, they suffer the opportunity to address these gaps because the safety culture is not much of a priority.
Right.
So out of advocacy, this data and the opportunity to insist that one intervention should be implemented against the other, we are of the firm belief that we'll begin to see some improvement along those lines.
Okay, let me bring in Dr. William Zakai, and still on the issue of hotspots, Dr. Akar. I mean, these hotspots have remained hotspots for as long as we've known of them. I mean, I've been back home for 9 years now, and Kintampo has been yielding death after death for years. What are we missing? Why can't we seem to fix the hotspots?
So what we do every year, the Building and Registration System, we gather the accident data for the National Road Safety Authority. What we do is that when we produce our report, we come up with 20 black spots in each region. If you should take the report over the last 10 years, for instance, you realize that some of these locations every year appear in the report. We produce the report, send it to the National Road Safety Authority, and they send it to the other stakeholder institutions. It's obvious that they don't work on it. I'm unable to speak to why they've not worked on those locations, but still, this is known to all of us, the issue of funding again. Yes, so having an interview with the funding